Hey, glorious Monday to everybody. Glorious Monday, glorious Monday. Let me just take a look at everything I've got on here. Twitch manager's looking good. OBS looking good. Sound is good. Audio's good. Mic quality's good. Okay. Let's dive back into the Von Valencius Palace. There. I don't believe there's anything else. So what exactly do we need to do? That's still waiting to be resolved. That's still waiting to be resolved. The Penal World of Vabos 6. Report requires further investigation. So we already did that part? Yes. Okay. Okay. So that part's taken care of. Oh, what do we have here? We can exchange profit factor for adamantine. People for this, which I'm not doing. Adamantine for profit factor. And people for provisions. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be doing that at all. Oh, right. We have a private landing platform over here. I forgot. All right. Take us back to our ship. Oh, give me a second. Let me take a drink. There's terrible news, my lord. A terrible news from Dargonis. Lord Captain, the subsidiary hive city, Scipione 84-249, has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted, millions of people have broken their vows in obedience and fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of them? What is the cause of this catastrophe? That is unfortunately still unclear. The noble houses are throwing their blame at one another. Agents of the venerable Achille Escalander, stationed at Scipione 84-249, died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. Their final report mentioned some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of the lower hive, but did not have any further details. Additionally, all of your servants are currently busy with investigating the causes of the crisis, but are not doing anything to deal with the aftermath. What say my advisors? The death of Achilles' agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting the refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I would recommend setting up prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. The Emperor bids us to face the cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I am sure that the ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive in the wastelands and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions shall be a crucible of fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy a feat of the spirit. The noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this. Very predictable. Yet it is their duty to see that the planet meets its tithe obligations and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats take care of the refugees and make sure they don't stop until every last refugee has some kind of task or purpose to fulfill. Wasteland Prayer. No, we're gonna go... Yeah, I'm with Abelard in this. We're going with the Iconoclast option. Abelard. Send communications and remind the noble houses of their duties to House von Valancius and the Protectorate. Lady Clementia will ensure that your declarations will find their way to every ear and the zealously embraced. The hives that have accepted the refugees are now overflowing with surplus labor. The refugees are willing to work twice as hard as the usual workers, who are already exhausted by their own toils. Many refugees have entered the rogue trader's service and have replenished the ship's crew. Hey, Ptolemy, good to see you. We just started up. Dargonus' nobles took no pleasure in distributing the refugees. Some of them have found their way into the personal service of the nobles, thankful to receive a Nutribar and a mat on which they can rest for 6 hours per cycle. Others could only attain the most grueling jobs in the manufactorums or the service stations. They may be oppressed, but they have survived, and a diaspora scattered across the hives of Dargonus. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Ooh. That's a really good ability, though. That's a really good stat bonus. Shit. Cost. Huh. This requires one mechanism, one weapon, or no, these are the rewards. This has no requirements. Really? Yeah, no requirements at all. It gives us +1 profit factor, -1 security, 1 chemical, 1 weapon, 1 mechanism, and 1 efficiency. But the other one that I'm thinking, that's just too useful. We lose 1 profit factor, which is really not that bad. We gain 3 people, which I have a feeling we're going to need more of in the future. And we get 1 complacency, 1 efficiency, and 1 security for every single planet under our control. Yeah, do that. From there... -3 security. That sounds like a horrid idea. Gives me Caspalic Emission reputation, some profit factor. Meanwhile, this is more for the... out here. Well, he's getting +5 to melee and well, that doesn't really help me. Forms a heroic act or desperate measure. They recover all their wounds and gain +2 AP this turn. Oh, not bad. Gains me rep with the Imperial Navy at security. This gives mechanisms and efficiency. That's probably going to be the one that I go with. This requires Shield of the Emperor. Huh? By an armed frigate, we gain Imperial Navy, gain security across the board. Alright. Where exactly was I gonna go? Right, we needed to go to Janus and retrieve the second seal and deal with that. Forge a path to Babos 6. And find the seal on Janus. Yeah, we're gonna do that first. Vroom. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah. Is there anything we need to do here? Not yet. Not yet. We could do this. Don't even lose any people, which means the actual effect on our population is not even that high. We lose 3 chemicals, and we gain an efficiency across the board. I'd rather avoid it if we can. Land here. Bring J. There we go. All right. I imagine we would need to talk with the head scribe who is here. Yes, Attalus Quint. I don't even remember the voice I did for this guy. Oh. How are things on Janus? Besides the Zetos that have settled in our force and fighting people, everything is calm, your lordship. We have managed to get an understanding of sorts, though not without concessions on our part, particularly regarding the placement of our new agri-complexes. Emperor as my witness, Janus will continue to serve the Von Valencia dynasty, just not precisely in the same way as before. I require a seal to certify a Mercatum Tabulae Officiae. Secretary nods energetically. Of course, of course. It would be an honor to assist the rogue trader. Wait but a few moments, your lordship. Your humble servant will have the seal ready. Jay's expression is pensive as she twists a lock of hair around her metal finger. Interesting, Sherry. I assumed we would be dealing with servitors, but no. Some places in your domain still have this work being performed by the people of flesh and blood. I beg your pardon? What is this about servitors? I have faithfully performed my sacred duties to the Imperium and the Administratum my entire life. And guarding the seals has been a long part of that. And after half a century, not a single seal damaged. I keep them in a special case and I oil the handles every month, as the rules stipulate. Jay shrugs. I am merely repeating the words of the Master of Seals Andargonis. Servitors have replaced an entire category of lowly bureaucrats assigned to the Von Valencia's planets about, 10 years ago. But after 70 years of service and not a single directive? Not from Holy Terra or from Dargonis. The most difficult quest of all is starting the quest of getting the administration assigned. Yes. Thankfully we are a rogue trader, so we do have ways of cutting through at least some of the bureaucracy, but even our blade cannot sever all red tape. A complete breakdown in communication. This is a farce. This is an insult against the entire process. Scarlet patches blossom on the secretary's pale face. But this is easily remedied. The Administratum requires such a servant that I will immediately begin preparations for servitorization. The will of the Lex Imperialis is supreme. Jay, what are you doing? Jay nervously licks her lips. She clearly did not expect the response to her remark. Attilius, I did not think the Exalted One has any particular desire to see you lobotomized and turned into a mindless clanking ghoul just because someone somewhere changed their law. Janus needs an intelligent secretary, not a brainless machine. He is correct. Each of us must follow the letter of the... Jesus Christ. No. We're iconoclast with a hint of dogmatic, so we're gonna emphasize the okay, Ptolemy. No, bad Ptolemy. We are not convincing the actual hardworking bureaucrat to turn himself into a lobotomized drone, okay? He's close enough as it is already. Jesus Christ. Oh, but that's the Administratum for you. I love how Jay didn't even mean for this to happen, and she's just like, wait, no, that is literally not what I meant. I was just poking fun at you, my dude. Ugh. My dear Attilius, you can serve humanity while remaining as you are. Could a servitor replace a true administrative officer who is passionate about his work? He's a bureaucrat. He's already lobotomized. It's the principle of the matter, goddammit. The point is not to encourage people to want to stick metal rods into their brain for no reason. I mean, the Mechanicus is already doing that pretty well all on its own. We don't need to be encouraging them. After several moments of prevarication, Attilius' hunched figure sags. Of course, you are right. I will continue to serve Janus and the Von Valencia's protectorate as before, and today I will dispatch a request for copies of edict issued by the Imperium over the last 50 years. Who knows what else we have missed here on Janus? Jay lets out a breath, obviously relieved. That is wonderful. Adilius, just wonderful. Just don't go poking at your eyes with a very long needle, at least until you receive a direct order to do so from your precious administratum. And here you are. The secretary prefers the sealed certificate with care. May the Emperor bless your path. Let's take my leave.
Keep your wits about
All
you.
right, let's go. Autonomous action to the rest of my existence. Never having to think about signing the same piece of paper ever again, eh, Kato? So yeah, do we just take that back to Dargonis, I take it? Oh, wait. Oh, right, I forgot. We found the fucking, we found the other data crypt. So the first one was about a warp disease that either the locals on Kiavagama were looking at or Theodora herself was looking at. What is this one? Can't accept. There we go. Input. OS step true. Check int. Epitaph. Status initiate. The tech priest extracts the data. The machine spirit has revealed the contents of the encrypted data. Hereby pass it. This is where I reached the limit of my authorization, but you now have an option to review the decrypted data personally. Oh. Data deleted. Data deleted. Entry damaged. Rogue trader like a lackey. It's humiliating and dispiriting to put up with the part of an errand servant to an imperious madman vested with even greater power than that of a rogue trader. So she's obviously referring to the Inquisition. Alas, when one side of the scales holds my pride and the other the fate of the Von Valencius Protectorate, my bloodline, choice becomes a futile illusion. It would be far too naive of me not to prepare for the worst. Epitaph will decide the future of the Expanse as a whole, but I have some time at my disposal until then. Heirs with the Von Valencius blood in them will soon be located and be brought to me. I cannot afford to delay the choice of successor any longer. Interesting. Oh. Wait. Completed without complete. Tech priest stops, his green lights on his visor fixed on the Kachia's big screen. Strings of numerical code appearing with the frightening speed. This time the numbers are interspersed with words you can understand, and those words form sentences. Epitaph brought her to the beginning, 84569. Epitaph begot the incident, that which destroyed and changed everything. The incident became the starting point. The incident breathed life and marked the beginning of all. It marked the beginning of Nomos. It created Nomos. The tech priest, now alarmed, is tapping the keys on the control panel. His Beneric prayer gives way to a distressed whispering. Unacceptable deviation. Deviation of sacred protocols. Possibility of tech heresy. Omnissiah, shield us from such heresy. Input prompt ALG 52136. What exactly was that just now? The imperfections of Vox transmission make the tech priest's voice sound even more worried. Catastrophic mistake. Heinous violation of the purity of the hallowed code. The mechanism is touched by heresy. It is branded and tainted. Now the machine spirit produces code as before, and yet... Lord Captain, heed my plea. All operations on this machine must be halted until the Agency Prime has inspected it. I saw a word among the lines of code. Nomos. What does it mean? A mystery to me. If this mechanism truly is tainted, then... Could it be? The tech priest mechadendrite jitters anxiously over the control panel. If heresy truly has taken hold of this machine spirit and scoured the Omnissiah's every tenet, then the machine's madness could be such that it has chosen a name for itself, but that is nothing more than my hypothesis. Report this to Pascal immediately. Tech priest bows guiltily and his mechanical voice becomes hollow. My knowledge is insufficient to cleanse the code of this mechanism. I will inform the esteemed Agency Prime of this disturbing development. Only he has the power to expel heresy from this corrupted machine. Interesting. Yeah, we can't do anything else there. Pascal's back down here. Oh, no. Guess he hasn't had a chance to look at it yet. Understandable. And... can't do anything about that. Yep, back to Dargonis for the seals, and then we'll head on up to our colony world after that. Oh, Lord Captain, urgent report. We have received an astropathic message from Regent Aranto Orsilio. The navigators are concerned about the fate of Lady Cassia, who disappeared after Urok 5. The Regent is requesting an update on her current status, and is... I completely forgot to even do the voice. and has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting to negotiate and to arrange the return of the Lady Navigator to her house. The psycho-emotional coding of the received message betrays acute concern, but also highlights something that the Astropaths have failed to put into words. If you'll excuse my forthrightness, Captain, I feel it is necessary to tell House Orselio the truth. Otherwise, a conflict with the Navis Nobilite is possible, which, given the current state of the Cronus Expanse, will only play into the hands of the enemies of the Imperium. How exactly did House Orselio even learn that I have Cassia? I wish I knew, Lord Captain. It is troubling. It is possible that we have a spy on board. Regent Oranto is bluffing. Or Regent Oranto is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. The Navigators are extremely powerful and useful allies to have. Send a return message to House Orselio. Inform them that Lady Cassia is safe, and that as the Lord Rogue Trader of the Von Valencius Protectorate, I would be honored to meet them in person. I will see to it, Lord Captain. The Astropass will transmit your consent. Representatives of House Orselio will be waiting for you on the capital world of Darkonis. Receiving members of the Navis Nobilite is always a delicate matter. Please make sure to discuss the details of this meeting with your Chancellor upon arrival. Makes sense, makes sense. Wait a second, why is that a different color? Oh no, it's the same color. Never mind. Alright, just keep moving. No, not that. Yep, there we go. 1 profit factor down. And 3 people gained, plus the efficiency, complacency, and security. So that just... Okay, interesting. Lose 2 complacency, gain 2 efficiency, lose 3 people, gain 3 provisions. That one loses 2 people, gains 3 efficiency. Promethium and plasteel, which we have in abundance. More and more ships arrive in orbit around Dargonis. The agreement with the Navy allows the deployment of a permanent dock for warships and repositories for the Navy's personnel. Or we get the Filth of the Expanse and improve our relationship with the Fellowship of the Void at the expense of a shit ton of security. Yeah. We're going to go with this, get the security bonus across the board, and get our hands on a couple more weapons. And we'll get an escort ship. And we'll get a +5 critical hit chance against pirates. The worst idea... Not sure which of these I'd be interested in. +3 efficiency isn't bad. And it'll get us some more mechanisms. We'll see. Oh. Oh. Alright. Let's go. We need to land, get the seal, and then... Oh, and of course deal with the Navis Nobilite. The Administratum, we're bringing Jay. Let's get this over with. The sooner we don't have to deal with the Administratum anymore, the better. All right.
I always keep my options open.
I didn't even realize there were people here last time. I didn't even realize she had a bunch of people in here. Here's your paper, complete with seals. The arc of the lenses of the old woman's nose emit a subtle hum as she adjusts the magnification. Yes, oh yes, indeed. Perfect.
The seals are authentic, so we may continue with certification procedure. Follow me, please.
Ah, yes, the great lines of the Administratum. Oh, dear God. Shut up, Ptolemy. Shut up now. This music is entirely too epic for this scene. What are you doing, Alcat?
This is your cue. Your ticket number is...
The old woman's ocular lenses hum as she zooms in on the paper in her hand.
394. When it is your turn to be seen, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again and sign the official certification for J. Hidari to possess a Mercatum Tabulae Officiae. You will have to wait for a bit, but it will be worth it in the end. Yes?
Is this some kind of sick joke? The Master of Seal peers at you over her ocular lenses.
Hardly. In accordance with Decree DA-58, Clause 201, citizens of the capital world of the Von Valencias Protectorate must submit their petitions at one of the assigned windows of the waiting hall. The decree makes no mention of the rogue trader being exempt from any such ruling.
If I must queue, then queue I shall.
Then I bid you a good day. May the law and the Emperor keep you.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Wait, are we seriously? The crowd hums and surges like a sea in foul weather. The smell of unwashed bodies, ancient parchment, and ink assaults your nose. For many petitioners, this is not their first cycle waiting to be seen. Oh my god. Wait. Menas. Why is there someone with a name? Bundles of wires have been ripped out of this servitor's neck and a yellow fluid seeps from its damaged joints. How angry would a person have to be to do this? I mean, it is a servitor. It wouldn't actually surprise me. Oh, look at this. Weapons will be of no use to you in this hell. Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Something regiments of the Astra Militarum sent to the frozen world of Zendikar 2 required supplies of warm clothing, footwear, and snowshoes for a successful combat maneuver with a further offensive against the enemies of humanity and the Emperor. Due to a gross error by a low-ranking adept of the Administratum, instead of the aforementioned supplies, soldiers received 800 cryobanks, resulting in the death by freezing of the majority of troops before the commencement of the mission of retribution. For the purpose of improving efficiency, the adept responsible was subjected to servitude in perpetuus, and as a result of which he is now discharging his duties flawlessly. Christ.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay, why is there a name over here? What the hell? It's like there's an NPC that's not popping up. The queue hums with thousands of voices. Someone has rolled out bedding and is settling down to sleep. Another playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is here on the most important of business.
Well, you have to admit, the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium is not without its rough edges.
Jay smiles, sheepishly eyeing the queue.
But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be. I've never seen anything like this before, and sometimes it's good to take a break from the constant traveling and to give all the hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in glory without us in the way.
I love how Abelard is the only one who's choosing to stand next to us. Meanwhile, Pascal, Argenta, and Cassia are just like, yeah, no. Count the people in the queue. The people are constantly moving, coming, going, changing places, or simply disappearing from view. On your first attempt, you count at least 238 petitioners. On your second, closer to 244. On your third, A next batch of unlucky souls is ushered into the hall, and you lose count. You have whiled away 30 seconds of your wait. You wonder how long you have left to go. The minutes drag by intolerably slowly. Somewhere in the queue, a child is howling at the top of its lungs. The palace adepts are sedately moving documents from one pile to another, shuffling papers. Several petitioners have gathered in a huddle and are swapping rumors, while someone is laid down for a nap on one of the nearby benches. 8 hours later. Within the last 8 hours, the only thing that has changed within these waiting halls is the warden's shift. The petitioners in the queue placidly await the blessed hour when their appeal will be heard by a high-ranking member of the Imperium. The entire queue perks up at a sudden announcement. Number 285. Number 285. Proceed to the available window. Oh, throne take me. What torturous trial have we left ourselves in for? Jay almost wails in despair. So much precious time lost, and we have moved exactly 3 places ahead. At this rate, we will be old and grey before we get out of this goddamn queue, Serene. It's nice to know the DMV will be thriving the 42nd millennia. That's the scary thing. That's the scary thing. The DMV ceased to exist, and then Malkador managed to recreate it by accident and made it worse. The universe was freed from the insanity of red tape, and then we reconstructed it because we lacked control over our lives. That's the Imperium for you. Inventing problems where none existed. Do not forget, Jay, you are the reason we are here. And that was the will of the Exalted One, Cherry. Jay throws up her arms and lowers her head. And the Exalted One has granted me insight as to how with a simple wave of your hand and a few wise words, we can ease our arduous wait. The simplest way is to make these lowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of your title, Sherry. The second option requires a little more patience. I have already found our first compassionate citizen who is standing roughly 50 places ahead of us in the queue. Simply offer the right words to unlock his heart, and he will gladly swap tickets with you. And also, you have the power to solve the problems of some of these petitioners, removing their need to visit the coveted window at all. After all, is there anything an ordinary citizen could want that is beyond the power of a conqueror of the stars to grant? Or we can treat this place like it's a bad day at an American high school. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Let's see what we can handle and get some of these people out of the way, shall we? A wise decision, Serene. Cold traders always say, if you can solve a problem with hard cash, that's just the cost of doing business. Jay gives you a conspiratorial wink and backs away slightly. Oh, Exalted One, could the day be my lucky day? No longer will I have to stand in this hall, waiting day and night for my turn to come. For this kind Lord of House von Valancius is a benefactor of the downtrodden, and he has solved my problem. Oh dear God, you say one line and suddenly everybody's coming towards you. Esteemed Lord, take pity on a poor youth as well. I can give you anything I have, I swear before the Emperor, just help me solve my problem. Oh, we do not need anything, you poor wretch, only your place in the queue. Listen to the young man. The young man, in worn work overalls, comports himself with unusual grace for a commoner. My lord, I have been in this queue for 24 moons already, trying to get a permission slip to wed my fiancée Zazie. Unfortunately, the servants of the Administratum refused to grant it without signature of a highborn sponsor. Oh, Jesus Christ, what now? Out of the way! Elbowing aside onlookers left and right, a richly dressed lady with a beauty mark augment above her lip. A beauty mark augment above her lip. I'm sorry, what? I have seen the official artwork of Imperial nobles from the 40k universe. The idea that anyone would create a small, tiny augment for creating a beauty mark is not only insane, but I can only imagine that it's connected to something that, like, is bulging off the side of her head like a giant metal tube. With her lip charges towards you. Esteemed Lord, my 8th offspring has lost his mind.
He has decided to renounce his family, his noble title, his talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered waif from the middle levels. A union with a commoner will put an end to his studies at the university. But should Dargonus and the Officio Medicae be deprived of a capable Cherugian because of a passing fancy? Zazie is a healer too, and she helps the people of the Hive a great deal more than any lily-white Cherugian with a diploma. I do not want to have a life of idleness in the spires of Dargonus, not when I know there are thousands of unfortunate people in the lower levels who I can help. That's a bit much. Okay, I don't mind that this is most likely the iconoclast, like this entire choice is an iconoclast setup, but okay, the dude's passionate, but I'm not just gonna hand him the keys to the entire university system of the Hive. Jesus Christ, that's a bit much. I'm trying to parse what exactly this one is saying, though. In the name of House von Valencias, I hereby make your fiancée a lady of the court and release her from any obligations thereto. Because that sounds more like I'm elevating her to a position, but then she wouldn't be a healer either. I don't know. I'm actually just going to go ahead with this one. I have no interest in your little drama. I will sign the paper if you will require a sponsor. And thank you, my lord. I promise I will tell my children and my children's children of your kindness. Moving on. You have an interesting way of doing business, Sherry. I'll keep that in mind. Jay's shrewd eyes are alight with interest as she watches the young petitioner leave. After allowing you a brief pause, a hunched ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless mouth breathes out a putrefying cloud of air as he speaks only 3 words. Death or life. Jay peers over the man's shoulder to read his crumpled form. You are here to request mortification so that your organs go to your granddaughter as an inheritance? She will hardly want your worn-out body parts, old-timer. The ragged man shakes his head and covers his face with his wrinkled hand. Servitor. Disposal. Only now do you notice the tattoo on his right hand, the symbol of the Adeptus Administratum and several interlocking chains. It seems this old fellow is the property of a prefect of this palace. Jay looks at the man's form again and rears back in horror. The granddaughter of this poor wretch was turned into a servitor 16 Dargonian years ago, and after a recent accident she was listed for disposal. And now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for a soulless tin can. May the Exalted One keep me from such a fate. Oh man, you realize that your sacrifice will mean nothing to a servitor, correct? The old man's toothless mouth opens in pain, seemingly splitting his face in two, and his salty tears well in his time-worn eyes. See, I suppose this is my only problem with the profit factor system, because in general, I like the profit factor system. I like how it handles wealth in the Imperium, because you are a rogue trader. Oh. Hey, the alerts actually work. That caught me off guard.
Stylish Socket is now aboard.
That completely caught me off guard. I might have to adjust the volume on that. Holy shit. Was that too loud, guys? Please let me know, because that was on my headphones, and... Jesus, that actually came through quite loudly. Hello, Stylish Socket. Thank you. I'm doing all right. We're currently playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Thanks for the follow. Okay, good. Good to see that the audio came through all right on yours. Definitely going to have to lower it on mine, though, because holy shit, that caught me really off guard with my headphones. But, as I was saying, that's my only issue with the profit factor. Overall, I like it. I like the fact that the vast majority of the things that you as a Rogue Trader need are just... It's not an impact on the sheer amount of wealth that you have at your disposal. And then there's other things where it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting my hands on what is essentially one servitor. And that is somehow worth more than all the weapons I will ever buy throughout this entire game. Like, I don't know. I do think it's better than if they had done a traditional, like, RPG gold, silver, platinum kind of system, but I'm not sure. Not sure. Also, like, it's weird because the previous one had me buying and then giving away an entire university, and that was one profit factor. This is one woman's... The reason is that the seller is Jay. Okay, fair enough. She's taking her cut off of the top, I see. Hold on, let me read this. You're here to request mortification so that your organs go to your granddaughter's inheritance. She will hardly want your worn-out body parts. Servitor disposal. The granddaughter of this poor wretch was turned into a servitor, and after a recent accident, she was listed for disposal, and now this old man is volunteering to be spare parts for Solus Tin Can. We'll go with... Yeah, it's really the only, like, I'm not wasting an entire profit factor on a single servitor. I'm sorry. It's just not even a good idea. I will give the order for your granddaughter to be repaired. But if you are to be with her, then you will also be subject to the servitude in perpetuities. Understand. Emperor, watch over you. I am working my way there, Stylish Socket. I'm currently working with an artist on VGen for a reference sheet, and after that I'm going to start looking into getting the art assets commissioned and then getting a rigger in order to make it. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see here. Oh. Okay, that's weird. For some... Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh. I think it was because the previous... I don't know. Okay, that's probably why. So, Stylish Socket, I've had an issue in the past where I'll get 2 or 3 spam messages from people who come in and just talk about... I have even no idea what they're trying to sell something. And I think because you came in right after we had one of those, it was marking you as a similar kind of thing. So it wasn't... your messages were showing up on my stream chat that I have on OBS, but it wasn't showing up on the stream stuff that I have over here. Hold on, where is it? Yeah. I'll take a look at... If you have like a Twitter account or something, I'll take a look at it. I've just been... While I'm waiting on the ref sheet to get finished, I've just been kind of shopping around and looking at other people's art styles and seeing where I'd like to go with from there. As I said, it's something I'm interested in. It's kind of what got me into starting... I decided to start streaming and then work my way towards a VTuber setup. And mostly it's just something that I realize it's going to take a long time to get everything with. So I decided to start streaming now and start building up, you know, at the very least, the reputation and the... what's the word I'm looking for? The habit of getting into the swing of things with streaming and all that. But thank you for checking it out. When the DLC is out, I'll go ahead. I haven't even looked at what the DLC is adding, funnily enough. I know it's coming out, what, September? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Stylish Socket. Oh, we have a servo skull? What? Oh, no, it's just heading that way. I thought the servo skull was coming up on me. All right, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it, Stylish Socket. Thank you. All right, where are we? Interesting. So that is how the ruler of worlds and all the stars in the sky acts when he finds an unfortunate on the edge of his magnificent orbit. Jay nods pensively and beckons the next practitioner forward. Sure thing, sure thing. I can do that after stream. That'll be a couple hours from now, but I'll handle that once we get done here. Sorry, needed a drink. A mature woman in a finely made but threadbare dress greets you. I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family is devastated. My life's work, my shop selling rare hats, burnt to ashes. I am living out my last years as a widow, alone in a cold, deserted manor without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status.
Also, it appears that the NPC is just not even loading into the screen. Okay, if that's the worst bug we encounter this session, I'll be fine with that. The woman falls silent, her brow raised in expectation of your response. Jesus Christ. Oh, hell no. Hell no. At least that first guy might have actually done something, even if I was a bit concerned with fucking turning an entire university over to him. And at least the second one had a purely selfless motive. Jesus Christ, woman. Ugh. Honestly, Ptolemy, I'm kind of tempted. You know what? We've got Argenta in the group right now. Hey, Argenta, come over here a second and give me a hand with this. Do you wish simply a life that is meaningless and full of despair? Perhaps it is time you turn to your faith, sister. The woman's eyes go round in surprise. I think you're right. What do I want with a tumble-down manor full of rats and a depressing view from the window? My whole life I've dreamt of travel. A pilgrimage. I'll sell the house, and what's left of the shop, I'll buy a one-way ticket, and Emperor willing, I will die happy before my savings run out. Well, I mean, it's her choice. All I suggested was that she... Okay, I'm not even going to take the blame for that one. She decided to run with that fucking suggestion. 3 hours later. Well, that was amusing. I paid off a few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. It's a pity they weren't also amenable. Jay inspects the ticket she now holds and nods with satisfaction. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Shireen. But you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Famous philosophy of YOLO. I mean, surprisingly, still alive and well in the 41st millennia. Who'd have guessed? Though I suppose they would amend it to, you only live once for the Emperor. YOLO Fae? Yeah, YOLO Fae. They would say YOLO Fae. Gonna keep on the lurk. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you for checking us out, Stylish Socket. I hope your work goes well. And, thank you for letting me know. And as I said, I'll check out your Twitter handle, once I'm done with stream today. That'll probably be around 2 o'clock Eastern. But thank you again. Thank you again for checking us out. Sister Argenta, for instance, Jay's voice becomes noticeably warmer. She could engage the people in a prayer or tell a story about some saint or other in exchange for their queue tickets. Hey, Giovanni, good to see you. Good to see you. Jesus Christ, stop it. Why is this an option? Why is this an option? I know why it's an option, but I hate the fact that it's an option. No, Ptolemy, I've already indulged you once. And just because that one worked out does not mean this is. We need to move forward. Use some of your tricks. Oh, I prefer to call it wisdom learned through many years of experience. But I don't care about the precise wording just now. How do you wish to proceed, Sherry? Yeah, still not bad. Sister Argenta, I believe these people have been gripped by despondency after their long times in the queue. A sermon from one of the daughters of the Emperor himself could restore to them their determination. You were thinking of it as well. Argenta's gaze is as clear as the midday sky. Words of faith can heal any wound, even those that bleed not but doubt. I shall help them. Oh dear. Come closer, brothers and sisters, for I am about to tell you about true faith and humility in the face of adversity. One day, they appealed to State Justine. 2 hours later. As they say on Ifrit, there is no star more coveted than that which points to the Exalted One. Jay casts a sidelong glance at the Sister of Battle as the latter holds out several numbered tickets to you. Honestly, I do appreciate the fact that they did not make Argenta a romance companion, but they did make one of the other companions be horribly
down bad for the Sister of Battle. Like, not even a question. Maybe Jay's just doing it as an act, but pretty much every time she's interacted with Argenta, I just get the feeling that she's basically imagining Argenta without her armor. That's the only feeling I can get from Jay when she's talking to her. They were given to me in thanks by the poor souls who decided to abandon their vigil in this palace of law and return to their proper matters. Oh, we have moved forward considerably in the queue now, Shireen. But you aren't ready to stop there. Well, I'm not up for leaving Jay off of the leash, so that does not sound like a good idea. I don't want to do this. So what is this? Address a tender-hearted man. What is this about? Jay catches your eye and lays her hands on the shoulder of a weary-looking man. May the Emperor illuminate your path, brother. I am Jay, and this is Sovane de Ferenzi von Valencios. We have been in the queue so long already. We're all practically family now. Won't you tell us what brought you to this place, a palace of order? The man starts in surprise. Yeah, this is the guy that I saw that was there, and he's not loading in. Oh god, that means there could be hundreds of these, all of these seats could be full, and the game's just not loading them in. Which might explain why this place seems too empty. So just imagine that every single seat is full.
Light of the throne bless you. My name is Menas de Pier. I've been here a month already. I've tried everything I can to get to that window. Nothing's working. My poor Ilana, she's... Ilana? She's my daughter, my flesh and blood. They detained her on Vibo 6. Charged her, can you believe it? With false charges. That's how the Administratum operates.
Menas covers his mouth and glances around fearfully.
I've said too much. I do apologize. It's my nerves. I just keep thinking about her on Vebos. Shackled down in the mines. My poor Elena. She's delicate as a flower. She's got weak lungs. She's always coughing, and now she's down in a mine with dust and muck. She won't cope with it. She won't. She was acquitted 2 years ago, but to get the paper certified and the seal? So much time has passed, now here I am. Standing, waiting, it doesn't matter. At the rate this queue's moving, it'll be 10 cycles or more before my number comes up. What exactly was your daughter accused of? Falsely accused. Falsely accused. She was slandered. They said she deliberately poisoned a whole room of noblefolk with cakes. Have you ever heard of that? Those nobles didn't even make it as far as the privy. Panic, outrage, scandal, so what? It's their own fault, that's what. A crate of fine Calaxian wine was found. Pfft. The smugglers were found too. And what did the smugglers do? They framed someone else, and my daughter got charged.
Oh, of course, blame the smugglers. Oh my god, I'm glad you pointed that one out for number 2, Ptolemy. All I saw was the, if you do not let me pass, and I just assumed we were threatening his life. I didn't see the, tomorrow 50 Dargonian orphans will die. Jesus Christ. Oh, by the Emperor. Here's the thing, though. Like, yeah, falsely accused, outraged at that. The fact that this is even an option tells me that his story might not be entirely true. We've managed to avoid having to spend any money so far, but I'm getting really tired of this, which is kind of understandable. Uh-huh, yeah.
Deal. Of course I'll give you my place. Oh, my poor Elena, a delicate little flower. Will need the money. Yeah, for her recuperation.
Ah, not as smoothly done as it could have been, but you certainly have a style of your own, Shireen. What now? 2 hours later. Are you serious? Jay, fine. The other options are looking more and more tempting. Just do anything to keep me from starting to pull... It's even worse. Open fire on the crowd has a whole different meaning when you're a pyromancer, I just gotta say. Who needs a gun? I have mind bullets. Just whatever you're thinking of, Jay, just do it. Just do it. You do not need to tell me twice, Shireen. All is fair in love and bureaucracy.
Did you hear that? The certification officers will only see petitioners who have a signed number ticket. Thanks be the exalted.
Thanks be the exalted when I managed to get one in the next queue over.
I didn't realize that was Jay talking. No one told me about any tickets. I've been standing here for 7 turns already.
Oh, if these ashmags want to be tricked, I will not stop them. Jay smugly watches the agitated crowd whispering among themselves and jabbing each other with sheaves of paper. Well, we have moved forward considerably in the queue. But you aren't ready to stop there, are you? I will admit, Jay is growing on me. I still think... Hold on. I still think, given what we saw in Footfall, combined with how she acts here, I do agree she is growing on me. But I'm even more convinced... Oh, shoot, my back. I'm even more convinced that she is going to nearly get us killed many, many, many times. This is how Silvani will be turned to chaos by the sheer weight of bureaucracy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe with a big fat M. But that's the that is the one small advantage, though. I'm a pyromancer. I don't have to kill anyone here. I could just set all the papers on fire, and it would cause the administratum to implode. I could cause every clerk here to want to kill themselves if I just set all of their documentation on fire simultaneously. It wouldn't even be that hard. I could frickin' Roy Mustang half this building and not touch a single person in it. What else other options do we have? Of course, Shireen. Our number in the queue is... Oh, exalted one. I wish I hadn't looked. We are definitely not going anywhere soon. Wait patiently. 8 hours later. A hum of activity returns to the queue. Petitioners exchange glances, clutching their paperwork. It takes a few seconds before you realize that the number being called out by the servo skull is the one for your ticket. It's the one for your ticket. Go! Go! Well, that went faster than I expected. We had a little bit of a wait, of course, but at times it was actually fun. Jay smiles wearily. One last seal, one more certification, and you will be looking at the official trade representative, Jay Hidari. Difficult is one way of putting it. Psychologically damaging is another. What are you waiting for, Shireen? Let's go. We have another couple of hours with the certification officer to get through. 2 hours later. So hold on, that was 2 hours here. We did 4 of the options in there, so that's 8. Then we waited patiently twice. That's 16 plus 8, that's 24. We did 8 before that. We have been in this building for 32 hours. In-game. Oh, dear God. The certification officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming. His augmented ocular eyes whir as the lenses zoom in and out. With quiet scratching sounds, the cogitaquills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make notes on a fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified, says the rasping voice through the metal jaw of his integrated lock. Return to the Master of Seals in order to proceed. May his light and wisdom guard you. Next.
Keep your wits about you.
Run. Run. Get us out of here. Oh wait, there's loot. Find the loot. Don't leave without the loot. I don't care what little it is, just take it. There's some still in here. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, it's just a piece of paper. What does this do? Compose an order for the servitization of 90% of the population of mining asteroid station VMK-498 for the purposes of increasing productivity. 2. Prepare a set of documents for the reclassification of the world Vabos 6 as a penal colony on the orders of Her Ladyship, Theodora von Valencius. Interesting. Task the newly appointed adepts of the Administratum with conducting a review of all unresolved petitions in the last 5,999 cycles. Make a big mug of recaf. Ah yes, caffeine. Even in the 41st millennium, there is only caffeine. Oh god. Nope, that's petition. There's nothing else here? There's nothing else here. Good. Alright. Now, who wants to bet this is somehow not the end of the quest? The Temple of Law and Order greets you, Silvani de Firenze von Valencius. You have returned with all necessary paperwork, I presume. All seals placed by proper certification officer. Wonderful. The Emperor bless you with patience greater than that apportioned to ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the authenticity of your documents for the final time. The old woman holds the documents close so that they are almost touching her nose, her mechanical ocular lenses clicking incessantly. Yes, confirmed. Everything is in order. This one... the seal is smudged slightly. Jay's smile evaporates, revealing her true emotions. Void, scorpion, scratch out my eyes. Now what? I suppose I can overlook it, given that the rest has been certified correctly and promptly. Congratulations, Jay Hidari. You are now the holder of a Mercatum Tabulae Officiae. Do not forget to repeat the certification process in 100 Terran cycles. Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorably in the worlds of the Coronis Expanse. And one more thing. Loss of this certificate is a grievous transgression, Mistress Hidari. Lose the original document and you will be unable to regain your status as an official trade representative, not even with the Rogue Trader's endorsement. Yes, esteemed Damar. Give me the certificate already, come on. Jay's eyes dart over the Mercatum Tabulae Officiae and shine with delight. Praise the exalted one who saw me through these trials, Shireen. There is something to tell the grandchildren about. Oh, how a humble mortal became a trade representative of the noble Imperium. Let's not bother Damar any longer, Shireen. Why don't we discuss the next steps on the ship?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We can deal with that later. Get us out of here. Run. Leave this place and never come back. Okay. Oh, well, I guess if I'm here, I may as well talk to her. I don't know. It is an Administratum Palace, Ptolemy. For all we know, it has its own void shield.
Shireen, light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the Font Valancius Protectorate. One bright and powerful, like the Rogue Trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around delight, Jay Hidari.
I mean, that's certainly one way to look at it, Jay.
As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen. Just give them time. And of course, the assistant to official trade representative Jay Hidari is already rushing to Dargonis to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality to you and your people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen, from the bottom of my humble heart.
Enjoy your freedom, Jay. I see you found it much to your
A
taste.
taste that is sweeter than honey, and more titillating than the scent of steamy, young bodies, Shireen.
Jay flashes a conspiratorial smile, leans forward, and shamelessly holds your gaze, completely disregarding the officer's disapproving looks as she waits for your reply. My apologies, Jay, but I have no interest in relations of such a kind.
No? Huh. The Aji must have clouded my mind, Shireen. Or was it your piercing gaze? Either way, I only wanted to thank you for your assistance and give you something in addition to this humble gift.
Thank you very much.
I have no doubt you will.
When the wearer ends their turn, they remove burning, bleeding, and toxic negative effects from themselves and all adjacent allies. The wearer gains a plus toughness divided by 2 temporary wounds for each negative effect removed. Oh, not bad, not bad. Again, that seems like it would be better if I was a melee pyromancer, and thus had to worry about burning myself constantly. But now we're done with that. Now we need to go talk to the Navis Nobilite. Correct? Yes, point of interest, Font Valancius, arrange a reception. Yep. That is still in the process of being done. Very good. Drop J off. Obviously, we should bring Cassia, and we'll probably bring Heinrichs for this, since we're dealing with the upper echelons of the Imperium.
Always good to have an inquisitorial representative at your side when you're having to deal with nobles. Keeps them on their toes. Even the Navis Nobilite. Oh, God. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to drop me off here. No, all of our wardens. There's nothing down there. There's nothing down there. We want to go talk to Clementia. Alright. Your lordship? We've already read that. We need to arrange a meeting with the navigators of House Orselio. Clementia immediately focuses on the data slate in her hands. Allow me to make a report. The esteemed navigators of House Orselio have taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them, your lordship? Oof. See, that makes sense. But we're going to go ahead and do it. Make arrangements for a reception worthy of the refined tastes of the Navis Nobilite. Understood, your lordship. Would you like to hold this meeting shortly? Yes, Cassia and I are ready for the talks. I'll have the messages sent to retrieve the esteemed guests. Obviously, we want... Yep, everybody's here. Hopefully this will not result in combat, but you never know. You know, we've only met 3 navigators, one of which is Cassia, and the other 2 are dead, so not exactly a great track record. Oh, sorry, we've met 4. The previous ship's navigator, who is also dead. Uh-oh. Oh, interesting. Those 3 dots with the wreath is actually House Orselio's specific family seal. Interesting. The rogue trader and Von Veles's protected welcome you. Come this way. Can't help but notice they've brought an entire squad of soldiers. Possibly more. I was about to say, game, don't be breaking on me here. The esteemed representatives of the Navis Nobilite have arrived at House Trader's Court, the regent of the great House Orselio, Aranto Orselio. His companions, Lady Glyceria Orselio, Navigator Leso Kaimon Orselio, his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandrina Orselio, Lady Navigator Alina Hateria Orselio, and Navigator Danax Orselio. Okay. Interesting. Yes, everybody bow. Thank you. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move as if the navigator's flesh is detached partially from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with small, spiky growths. Rogue trader. The regent's piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Orselio, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting, and our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know there are still lords of the Coronis Expanse who observe etiquette and the traditions of hospitality. But that is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the rogue trader has done for House Orselio by protecting its most beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his unblinking gaze to Cassia. Come, now, child, there is much we need to discuss. Cassia steps forward, but then stops and looks at you. Nod. It's fine. It's fine. I trust Cassia. Cassia smiles faintly and addresses the regent. Esteemed regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the rogue trader that I stand before you today, and there is much we must speak of. But what is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong
We felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orselio is deeply grateful to the rogue trader von Valencius for the destruction of the saboteurs, and we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance, underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity, will suffice. Now, child, it is time we depart for your new home so that we may finish what we started. Esteemed Regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the rogue trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of... Cassia notices the regent's furious glare and falls short. If it is any impact upon this negotiation, Lady Cassia, I would be honored if you decided to stay. Unthinkable.
Yep, this isn't gonna go well. Wait, no, what?
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child and the palace.
Wait, what the fuck? That wasn't your guys, but those are...
You will pay for betraying Felek and our freedom, rogue trader!
Oh,
now
shit.
Kill them all!
Okay, so...
I'll make an
Shit.
example out of you.
You guys only have 31 HP? Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. How many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit. Okay, Cassia, here. Of course, I'm all the way at the back. Okay, hold on, never mind. Cassia, here. Me. Oh, good lord. Frick, frick, frick. I hate this setup. I really hate this setup. God damn, Pascal, take the flank. Heinrichs, take that flank. Argenta, set up over here. Abelard, get ready to go kill everybody. Okay, that should be everything. Start the battle. Okay, I need...
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Oh my god. Fine. Move all the way over here. Point of curiosity. That is all of them.
Insist, Lord Captain.
And then we're going to... Voice of command.
If I may.
Ooh, yeah, may as well. And we're going
I am a
to
navigator, not a
reveal the
servitor.
light.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
We're going to do this. Can I... No, it's not going to hit him. So instead, we're going to... Are you kidding me? Fuck. Ah, shit. Hold on. I think this will work. This better work. Gonna rush over here. There we go. Set the Lady Navigator on fire. Much better. And now, Firestorm.
Who, if not
Set
me?
them all on fire. Oh look, she's already dead. And she can move back into cover.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
I'll do what it takes.
Please don't. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Ow. Oh look, it's my turn. Set that one on fire. And then go ahead and
I'll make
inflame.
this happen. Your numbers mean nothing to me.
Oh, would you look at that? Is there anything else I can do? Orchestrate
I'll
flames.
see to it
Make it so that he
personally.
can't turn it off. There we go.
Emperor, protect me.
Oh, Heinrichs, you can finish this off for me,
I'll
please.
put my psychic abilities to use.
for the throne's glory.
Very nice. Oh, that was surprisingly quick. Oh. God, I love pyromancy. God, I love using it. Oh, it needed me to actually activate the event. Mercy! The Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured, scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. I mean, I get that they're trying to show it as if it was a big fight, but honestly, I just set her on fire, and then I set her on fire again, and then she collapsed. Rogue traitor, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Elena Hateria Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the Regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. You see rage and despair within the Lady Navigator's face, but neither is directed at you. See, the main problem is I need to know what the hell's going on with this, because why is it we keep running into navigators who just want to keep killing people? Your fate will be decided during the trial, Lady Elena, and I will hear what you wish to tell me. The unnaturally bulbous eyes of the navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. I, Elena Hateria of House Orselio, swear to tell the rogue traitor nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. Pathetic. Silence! With all due respect, House Orselio has hardly covered itself in glory thus far today. It is time its representatives answered before the rogue traitor himself. No. Regent Oronto, perhaps you would wish to explain how representatives of your house made an attempt upon Lady Cassia's life and attacked the rogue traitor. No, Ptolemy, stop being the devil on my shoulder. You literally had, I already indulged you once, and it was somewhat funny, but all the other options involve shooting people. This is getting a little ridiculous. We're an iconoclast, goddammit. Not everything revolves around me shooting things. Rogue traitor. Wrong voice. Rogue traitor. House Orselio humbly asks for your leniency and forgiveness. I could not even imagine that these vile rats could be scurrying about our ranks. As for them sneaking into the rogue traitor's palace and staging such an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our great houses. I am willing to believe you, Regent Oronto, and yet nonetheless this is now the second attempt that has been made on Cassia's life while she is under my protection. As both her benefactor and as the ruler of this world, I demand answers. We are ready to tell you everything we know so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me of the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our house, carefully nurtured by the previous Novator, Tisiphone Orselio. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. The fools. If the Atlas were to be destroyed, then the whole of House Orselio would follow it into oblivion. And why do the renegades seek to destroy the house's relic? They dread its power, for only a Novator can truly grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we know to be our guiding star. And why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia in specific? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to the great Novator Tisiphone Orselio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does Lady Cassia truly carry Tisiphone's Atlas?
We believe it with all our heart. The Novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born, and it is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the Novator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, marking her as her successor. It seems as if House Orselio has fallen on difficult times. The regent stays silent and then replies, To call your statement false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain the fragile balance within the house, but then the Novator's departure shook the faith of men. The treasury is empty. Our navigators scattered. The warp routes scrambled, and many of our best allies cannot be reached. Which is why it is so important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Lady Tisiphone's place, to lead our house back to prosperity. Such is her destiny. And what do you know of Cassia's more unbridled powers? It is a special gift for a special child. She was born with it, grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent the worst. As long as the child remains calm, remains in seclusion, powers cannot take hold of her mind. I've heard enough from you. The regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. Lady Alina, what say you in your defense? I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the beginning. Over a century ago, Lady Tisiphone Orselio ascended to the throne. She was a daring Novator who brought part of the house to the Expanse, hoping to strengthen our position within the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tisiphone was never satisfied. In that century, she went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control. She saw enemies everywhere, even amongst the family. Paranoia drove her insane, and one day she created a Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose about the necks of our house, our gift, our damnation. Tisiphone used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, mold our thoughts. Any put a toe out of line, she killed them without a glance. At first, many of the other branches of House Orselio tried to resist her tyranny. Tisiphone cut them down one by one with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Satala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth of its creation. What else do you accuse Lady Tisiphone Orselio of being guilty of? Her madness weakened the dynasty, and not long ago the Novator herself vanished. Her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth. I hope she is rotting away on one of her secret worlds. Alina finishes with a sneer. Perhaps there might be the smallest amount of truth to what you say of Lady Tisiphone, but that does not reflect on her successor. What does it have to do with Lady Cassia? Tisiphone passed her Atlas to the successor before fleeing the house, to a newborn child. We could not surrender the throne to the tyrant creature. Tisiphone was cunning. She was treacherous. She must have hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassia's body. We refused to let that happen. And so you call her a monster because of this? Yes, but there is more. Have you never felt pure, unadulterated disgust while standing close to her? Or perhaps fury, or fear? Who but a monster could manipulate the minds and feelings of others, even more than Tisiphone herself did? Funnily enough, this actually could also help explain why your crew members get along for the most part. It would actually be kind of funny if Cassia was actively projecting a field around her that just made people more willing to get along. So in addition to your warrant of trade, yeah, Heinrichs is willing to tolerate having an Eldar on your team. Pascal's willing to tolerate having an Eldar on your team. Argenta's willing to tolerate having an Eldar on your team. That would actually be kind of hilarious if it was all Cassia's fault and she just didn't even realize it. Then why didn't you attack before? Why now? Tisiphone always had plenty of opponents, but we were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after her heir was born, striking at one of the estates on Ir TV. But the girl survived, and Regent Aranto hid her so far away and guarded so thoroughly, it took us 13 years to find her.
and then another 2 to get into the Regent's graces and reach your Act 5. Now Cassia's in the spotlight, and the House Council wants to put her on the throne. Surely there is no better time than to cut the serpent's head.
So you admit that Regent Aranto was unaware of the assassination attempt? Alina clicks her tongue loudly.
The Regent Aranto is guilty of mass killings, intimidation, inhuman torture, abetting a tyrant, and raising her heir. His crimes are many, but this one is not among them. While I would love to see his head taken from him on the chopping block, honor prohibits me from slandering him in a trial before the rogue traitor, for it would be a lie.
I have heard enough.
The rogue traitor now knows about the Regent's atrocities, the girl's corruptions. I hope I succeeded in warning you about the danger that lurks within Cassia and Scylla.
Lady Cassia, you too are an injured party in this. What say you?
If I may speak, so many dirty colors have poured from the mouths of those present that I feel covered in filth from head to toe. As the future Novator, I want to bleach them, purify them, and let them go. Heed me. I am the one to blame for what happened today, and I accept full responsibility for the actions of my house.
Cassia speaks bravely and openly, though you can see her hands shake a little.
Vile wretch! Who do you think you are? Will you now start killing those who have displeased you as Tisiphone once did?
The fury on Alina's face gives way to desperation once she realizes what she just said. She slowly reaches for the atlas embedded in her chest, looking at Cassia with fear. Hear us, child. This burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You are not yet ready.
I implore you to settle this conflict. I offer the rogue trader a 100-year contract with House Orsilio, committing us to charting the shortest and safest routes for the Von Valencia's protectorate within the Coronis Expanse. I will also remain aboard the rogue trader's vessel and assist him until he decides otherwise, or until duty to the house summons me to the seat of the Novator.
And what should be done with Lady Alina?
The esteemed regent will place Lady Alina and her supporters in one of our family's jails. She is still a navigator of House Orsilio. There is no need for our blood to be spilled.
Lady Alina stares at Cassia incredulously with bulging eyes, but remains silent. Her hand restlessly caresses the spot where her atlas is embedded. Lady Cassia, on behalf of the Von Valencius Protectorate and House of Von Valencius, I gladly accept your offer. Cassia smiles. You've never seen her so open or so radiant.
Thank you, Lord Rogue Trader.
Regent Aranto remains silent for a long while. So be it. We failed to notice that the child had grown up and started to become stronger. You may stay with the Rogue Trader until the house summons you. His influence is anomalous, but it has served to bring out Blessed Tisiphone's most precious talent, a talent for leadership. Rogue Trader, we are now bound by the terms of the contract of the Novator. Your representatives may contact House Orsilio at any time, and we will respond. And one more thing. Protect the child like the apple of your own eye. Remember that you have a future Novator of the Navis Nobilite House aboard your vessel. Yay, and the only people who died were the guards. Honestly, by Imperial standards, that is a total win. The commoners were the only ones who died? That was pretty good. Ugh. Okay, are we done here? Yes, it looks like we're done here. Cassia on the bridge. Development. Oh, she wants us to go to Footfall. Interesting. Might do that, actually. Okay. That actually worked out pretty well. And Cassia is showing that she doesn't have to be totally crazy. So basically, we just need to keep encouraging Cassia to not be a ruthless tyrant, and things will work out pretty well. There's also Vabos 6 that we have to deal with. Can't do anything about that.
And why does it not... Yeah, no shit, not enough navigator's insight. Mwam. Oh, right. Anything? Yes, here we go. We completed that. Nothing else we can do here. Not that. Fellstone, Janus, Kiavagama, Dargonus. That's still going. Can we do anything on Fellstone right now? Just the shit that's dumb. Alright. Let's go. It's a long way to Footfall. Lord Captain, we have received a report from Dargonus. Some common folk from the ruined Scipione 84249 have succumbed to the heresy of Defiance. They have formed into gangs known as Engine Vandals that are now riding across the race on wasteland-adapted cleaning goliaths. They have declared themselves outside the law, raiding the outer edges of the hive only to escape retribution back into the toxic wastes. Despite your act of grace, these ungrateful heretics are fleeing the hives, abandoning their workstations and inciting others to do the same. They even dare to spread lies and slander, stating that you are being used as slaves. They are being used as slaves, so great are the appetites of the yesterday's refugees. Rumor has it that the Foreman clan in charge of debris removal in the ruins of Scipione associates with these vandals. We could pass on your word to the renegades via the Foreman, or force them to disclose the location of the rebels' nomadic camps. What exactly is this Foreman clan? It is a union of the workers and the technomats who have been working on the lower levels of Scipione. Small-scale bosses of the watches and the shifts, the usual common folk who have proved more worth with their diligent labor and valuable knowledge. Of course, they stand much lower than the esteemed merchants, let alone the aristocrats, but the common folk heed their kin, and the foremen have both the authority and the ability to manage their great number. The Scipiones keep to themselves, but the foremen have not shown any signs of disloyalty. They were the first to volunteer to return to the ruins of Scipione 84249 and set up the debris removal project. They are certainly useful and are accustomed to praising the Emperor through their labor. Moreover, their grief at the loss of their home and the resilience with which they have accepted it made them appear like heroes and martyrs in the eyes of the other commoners. How do they survive out in the wastes? And why do they decline my rule? This is a rather uncomfortable way of life, Your Lordship. You must always be wary of acid rain, hurricanes, moving a decent distance from the hives if they do not plan on raiding at that moment. They get their food from the abandoned outposts, paying for it with the lives of those killed by autonomous security systems. Water and promethium are rationed strictly amongst them. They live by marauding, the occasional hunt, and plundering, sometimes their own kin and sometimes the outskirts of the hives. They are simply tribes of degenerates and barbarians that are rapidly developing their own culture. The civilized residents of the hives shoot the scum any chance they get. What would my advisors say? If the engine vandals have managed to tame the ancient machine spirits, then that means there are technomats or even worse, tech priests among their ranks. That renders them negotiable. It would be efficient to utilize such renegades instead of disposing of them. A promise of reward for every piece of technology found in the wastes of Dargonus and returned back to the dynasty will ensure obedience and tractability. If you wish to exterminate them, Elantok, do not waste your time on hunting them down. Deceive them into destroying each other. Tempt them with a prize, a weapon, or a trophy that they can fight over. After the Monkai have finished slicing each other up for the right to obtain it, your warriors can finish the deed. This tactic has proven effective against your own kind. Irolet, the first time you speak up, and it's how best to kill people. We literally had multiple interactions with your kin on Janus, and you said nothing. And your first suggestion here is divide and conquer. The worst part is, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. The aristocrats of Dargonus despise them, but they are also secretly afraid of them. Renegades who can invoke such fear. I wonder, had there been such exiles in my house, would their presence have curbed the ambitions of my brothers and sisters? Would they have supported me in case of conflict? Oh, I am scheming and conspiring right now, am I not? Bravo, Lady Cassia. You don't be ashamed of the unique abilities bestowed upon you by your heritage.
Oh, you're both right. Hmm. The divide and conquer, actually, as Iralet's advice, is correct. But is it the best long-term solution? I want to lose out on another profit factor. We do need more mechanisms, though. Follow Iralet's advice. Spread rumors about a prize of some sort among the Vandals, placed deep within the wastes. After they're done fighting in a little civil war, conduct a raid, finish them off. It would be strange to teach you methods we employ to fight against you. To be fair, Iralet, it's not like humans haven't used divide and conquer before. The Eldar are just better at it. It helps when you have an entire race of psychers. A rumor about a heavy weapon shipment getting lost somewhere between two hives began to spread amongst the Engine Vandal clans. A fight over 7 armored trucks, rumored to contain cargo that would provide enough firepower to break through the defenses of the hive, broke into the wastelands. When the depleted winners finally cut open the truck's linings, the only thing waiting there for them was a squad of enforcers, enraged by 3 cycles of sitting in a tight, dark space. The tribe's best warriors have died in the slaughter. The survivors were taken in by the Foreman clan. After all, more workers were always needed for rubble removal. It'll be many years before the Vandals' numbers replenish and they can pose a threat once again. Field of the Emperor finished, security went up across all colonies, and we got some more weapons. What else have we got? The guilds. Efficiency goes up. Mechanisms are created. We've got plenty of plasteel and plenty of promethium. Get working on that, please. Oh, what's this? This is Kiavagama. We lose mechanisms and gain weapons. ×2. Requires flawless servitals or visual of the tech guard. Sure. No, I don't think so. What is this? Plasteel, adamantine, promethium, chemicals in exchange for weapons. 2 profit factor and a Titan forged lance weapon for the ship. Or causing a massive tectonic plate detonation. Ash clouds will forever envelop the sky of Kiavagama as a small price to pay. Requires chemicals, promethium, and phlogiston. We get 12 plasteel, 2 profit factor, and -3 security, which seems bad. One of the rights of ship needs to make servitors of the workers' units. Servants of the Omnissiah request enormous quantities of priceless materials without saying a word. As to the purpose of their visit or the details of their mission, they have expressed their gratitude for the assistance, vaguely promised to reward commensurate with the planetary authorities' contributions. I don't like any of these. I guess we'll go with Armored Rage, just because it doesn't shit the bed on my ability to keep the place profitable. Mechanisms is a problem. We've got to figure out a better source for mechanisms, because a lot of these things require it. Oh, that requires... That requires efficiency, which we are still far off from on that. We need efficiency 4 to get this. And we really need that, because we need those mobile extractums. Damn. If I do that, that's going to be pretty much all of my mechanisms. But I really need that efficiency. Only the revered and marvelously equipped temples of the Adeptus Mechanicus earn the right to become chapels of enumeration. Underneath their majestic vaults, cyber theurges exercise devastation-wrecking digital rakshas, while data smiths awaken the spirits of the blessed cogitators with arithmetic liturgies and lex prayers. Yep, let's do it. They delivered us some more of that. Don't want to do that. Can't do anything there. What about Foulstone? I can't do anything there either. Okay. We're heading to football. It occurs to me while we're here, go to the bridge. Come on. Come on, game. Load, please. Denrock. Let me see here. Explorators. They want some more so that we can get that access to stuff. Okay, having learned my mistake from last time, we are now going to make it so that at any given time we always keep at least one of these around, possibly two. Which means a lot of this stuff isn't going anywhere right now. Damn. Oh, and we really need to drop those off. Holy shit. Okay. So we'll drop off a holy gift. Keep the rest of that. Drop off some ship components and some Mechanicus creations. Yes. Oh, it's only 400 more. We'll drop off the ship components. I haven't seen any events with that. Take haywire grenades. Whenever the wearer uses a non-attacking consumable item, it counts as an attack of a different type to the previous attack for purposes of versatility. So that would be good if I can use it on Argenta. And we also need to talk to the Imperial Navy. Ooh, Stygies Pattern Macro Battery, which is 4 shots at 21 damages, but is short-ranged. And the other is a Griffon Pattern Torpedo Tube. Melta torpedoes instead of plasma. Torpedo tubes firing 5 Melta torpedoes with 27 damage warheads, which is just a straight upgrade compared to the Griffon pattern. Go ahead and grab that. Archaeotech Macro Battery. Short-range macro cannons, which fire 4 shots at 27 damage apiece. That is a lot of damage. I'm not a big fan on it being short-range, but let's go ahead and grab it. Wow, that'll be really good when we get that. Holy shit. Alright. Void Drukhari trophies. Void Eldar trophies. And that's it. Yep, can't afford that stuff yet. Okay. Thank you, Imperial Navy. I don't think there's anybody else that we really wanted to look at. We're not there yet. Jesus Christ, I forgot. We can't even buy anything from him right now. Ryza, not yet. Tactical backpack is still looking good, though. I do want to get that at some point. Okay. Bring up the map. Let's go, let's go. And then pop open the ship real fast. Oh, is that the same? That's the same. Griffon pattern. Yes, that's a straight upgrade. And then depends on if we want to get a short-ranged battery for that. Yeah, we don't need either of those. Go ahead, add that to cargo. Add that to cargo. And did we pick up anything else here? 12 with strong, 95 but doubled against blast attacks, and yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything that would be really useful. It's just a question of if we want. I don't want to do it when it's on its own. 4x21 and 4x27. Yeah, I guess we could try a short range macro cannons and see if maybe we do enough damage with those to be worthwhile. I completely forgot that this was even here. Oh shit. Vulnerability scan. Strafe. Slides a short distance to one side. Maybe. These are... Is that the heroic ability? Or is that the... I think that is the heroic ability. I like more maneuverability. Let's go with strafe. Anything that lets me move more is probably good. Reloads all macro cannons that were fired during the acceleration phase. Well, we have macro cannons now, so maybe. Yeah, these are all the heroic abilities. Flagship's auger scanner ship highlights weak points. All damage dealt to a weak point is increased by 30%. Only one weak point can be highlighted. That might actually be useful. Yeah, definitely mounted on the sides or dorsal section with fire. Macro cannons launch several salvos against the same target. Yes. The initial phase of the ship's movement denoted by the area with the least amount of color. Certain abilities can be used while the ship is in acceleration. You know what? I'm going to try that. Why not? And we have 245 scrap right now. I want to always keep 100 on hand. We can't upgrade anything from the looks of it. So if we do this, there we go. Now it's got a shorter cooldown. Very nice. Interesting. Hold up, phone here. Hold on. She's still the best choice for that. Why do I have 70 here? Persuasion. What? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, demolition. That makes sense. Field Master, he's got the best stats for that. Master of Maneuver, he's got the best stats for that. Warp Channeler, I have the best stats for that. I only lose out on a 5 for that if I switch her in, and then I can put her in this slot. Why does she have Swing Run for that? That doesn't make any sense. Does that mean new heading? Swing Run. Oh, I was thinking of the wrong ability. That's why. All right, yes. Cassia is now in charge of giving orders because she has the highest persuasion skill. And we will put Idira as Master of the Etherics. There we go. All right.
Shireen, you find a spare minute on footfall when you are not deciding on our lackluster fate. I would be delighted to see you as my Amarkiar in the Amasekus. I'll tell Octi to set aside some real decent wine in case you decide to grace our humble party with your luminous presence.
Amarikar, is that some kind of celebration?
It is an occasion celebrated on my homeworld of Ifrit. It is the day when a person shows by their actions that they have reached maturity, that their spirit is ennobled. Among the Ifritian nobility, this day is considered more important than other symbolic events such as the First Cry or the Day of Repose. And by a wonderful coincidence, my Amarikar happens to fall on the day that I also wish to celebrate my acquisition of the Mercatum Tabula Officia.
It would be my pleasure to be in attendance, Jay.
All the lowly regulars of the Amasekas will be telling their great-grandchildren about the time they had the honor of witnessing your dazzling visit to this unworthy dive, Shireen. That is, of course, if they live long enough to see great-grandchildren.
Oh, she's going to be already down there. We'll leave Heinrichs. This does not seem like his kind of place. Instead, we'll bring Idira, because everywhere I go with Jay, something goes wrong, and I'd like to have a little bit of forewarning about it.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Let me also go into here. Not quite. I was hoping that that would be enough damage, but it's not. I'll keep her with the sniper rifle. Do I have a staff for her by any chance? Telepath staff? Nah, I'd rather have her with the charge staff. Any armor that's better for her? 30... plus 10 dodge against human enemies, plus 10 agility. Yes. Go ahead and give her that. Any more heretical items that I can give her? She's pretty much the only one that actually wants to use that stuff. Doesn't look like it. I'm going to have to organize this at some point. I can't just keep accumulating items that I'm not going to use. Also, I was really hoping to avoid this simply because I usually don't, but my body is not deciding to be cooperative today. I'm going to have to take a quick, 2-minute break and use the restroom real fast. So I'm going to leave that here. Just give me 1 second.
I will be right back, guys. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I was really trying to avoid, because I only usually stream for about 3 hours. I usually don't have to use the restroom during that time, but God, my stomach did not want to agree with me on that today. Okay, she does not need another one of those. Why can she not? Features telepathy. Oh, she already has those. Oh, that's why. I'm looking at it like she hasn't gotten those. I'm an idiot. Target gains. Not bad. Mainly because of the perception and willpower bonuses. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got in here. We already cleared this place out of its loot, so let's just go meet up with Jay. Where's she at? No? No? Can't do that guy's quest yet. Are they in the back room here? Did that guy... Yeah, the guy who shot himself is still T-posing. Okay, but seriously, where is...
Keep my options open.
That's Ryza and the rest of the Fellowship of the Void. Did I miss them? Oh, wait, the bartender. I should probably talk to the bartender. That makes sense. And the bartender's not there. Okay, seriously, what the hell? Suspicious Prowler. Yeah, we've already... Wait a second, I'm confused here. What am I... No. 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 Cassie's waiting for us to talk to her. It says it's supposed to be here. What am I missing?
Is there money to be made?
Citizen, 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 citizen. Where the hell is Jay? There she is. God damn. You easily spot Jay. Fuck you, game. No, I did not. In the groups crowded around the table, the extravagant luxury of her attire and her gleaming augmented set her apart from the rest. Seeing you, she exclaims, "May the gravitational wells on your worlds never lack for grip, just as my heart never lacks for the joy at the sight of the rogue traitor von Valencius." With a reproving chuckle, Octaviana muttered, "Oh god, too many female characters. They're all going to sound the same." Oh god. "Well, I can't believe you actually roped the rogue trader into coming to your party. The rogue trader raises a toast to your health. I'll start to believe you really are a princess and not just a smuggler with a gift of the gab. Take a seat, your lordship." Observe the assembled group. Jay's friends look exactly as you would expect. Hardened operators of the cold trade, arrayed in the forbidding yet glitzy style common to those who like to skirt the limits of imperial law. One pair in particular catches your eye. A young man and woman, twins, one would imagine, identical yet distinct from each other. The man has a lively face and a crazed look in his eye, while the woman is cold and calm. It seems slightly drowsy.
Octaviana readily tops up the glasses on the table, playing the role of consummate host, but you notice that her and Jay's chairs are drawn slightly closer together than usual for a pair who seem connected only by superficial acquaintance. And how's the party going?
We have been laughing and celebrating life, Shireen, as true friends do. But until your arrival, we were but stars in a moonless sky, merely heralding your coming. Now we are happy.
I would gladly accept your offer. Octaviana draws out a bottle from under the table. The glass is as thick as your finger and covered in wax seals.
With no exaggeration, this is the finest Amasek that has ever graced this bar. Jay personally acquired it, as she says, for a special occasion. I guess you're that special occasion, your lordship.
The crowd around the table falls silent, exchanging awkward looks. It would appear that they are unaccustomed to drinking in the presence of lofty individuals such as you. Then, let us drink to the lady of the hour, to Officio Merchant Jay Hidari. The assembled group bursts into approving cheers, and the bar is filled with sounds of clinking glasses. The Amasek tastes exorbitantly expensive, sweeping you into a kaleidoscope of flavors. Tart, floral bitterness, a bit of honeyed sweetness, and then other, far more refined sensations that are nameless owing to the small number who can ever afford to experience them.
Bravo, Octi. This Amsec will do me very well indeed.
Jay's self-satisfied reply elicits general laughter, and the tension at the table seems to loosen slightly. Octaviana, I assume that you and Jay are friends. Octaviana offers you an arch smile.
Friends? She is my worst enemy, the vengeful spirit of retribution sent to punish me for my youthful transgressions. This Mistress Hidari has a special gift for knocking me off balance and dragging me into hell. I should have bought her from the Amasekas long ago if it weren't for her habit of tossing money around like confetti and paying triple for anything she breaks. Do you see, Sherry? Do you see the petty, miserly, callous, unforgiving friends the Exalted One has sent me?
And these are your associates?
The precious roses of the garden of my soul and the golden little bees that bring honeyed riches to my treasure house. Yes, this is my crew of cold traitors. The two identical ones are the trickster twins, my closest associates, Kor, our resident hothead, and his much wiser sister, Tora.
Don't let her fool you, your lordship. She's only calling me a precious rose because we're here. When it's just us, I'm lucky if I get that asshole with the gun, Kor chuckles good-naturedly.
Because you're an asshole with a gun. If I dragged you out of as many scrapes as Jay's had, that's not the name I'd be using for you. I can tell you that much.
Kor's sister rolls her eyes.
Pay no attention to him, your lordship. Kor has nobody to blame for himself, but himself for that nickname.
That guy has a very big sword and a very large pistol. And they're both of Eldari make from the looks of it. Oh, Falco. A man who has just approached the table is hideous by anyone's standards. A repulsive face, greasy hair, and bulging veins at his temples. His attempts at an amicable smile is so transparently false and off-putting that your fingers itch to reach for your weapon. With a surprised look askance at you, he says, Mistress Hidari, allow me to wish you a happy America. Master Mercy could not let such an occasion go unmarked. He sends his warm wishes and a gift. Oh, okay, that's useful for a backline support character.
Oh, Falco, I am much obliged and touched by your presence. May the fire in your heart burn forever bright and hot like the stars of the Gremnor system. Tell Mercy that this show of his precious attention towards my humble self brought dew to my eyes and a song to my heart. Whisper to Octaviana, isn't Falco the one who stole her cargo? The very same. Greasy piece of crock shit. Octaviana says, wearing the sweetest, most amicable smile one could imagine. But stars of the Gremnor system all died around 100,000 years ago, and the systems around them are a true breeding ground of death. So, is it customary in the Casabalica to attend the parties of people you have tried to ruin? After you've gotten involved in a turf war, they're all decided that a peaceful resolution would be for the best. This here is a symbolic confirmation of the ceasefire. And who exactly is Mercy? He's a mysterious figure in the mission. Casabalica put him here to keep a handle on things and to make sure the interests of the senior partners aren't forgotten. If anybody does anything a bit forgetful, Mercy comes along, somebody dies, everybody panics and empties their pockets. Falco and Mercy aren't officially connected. Falco's just another prosperous mission agent like Jay and the others, but Falco's happy to do Mercy's dirty work, and so he gets preferential treatment. No, we're not getting involved. Let her handle this. Sacrificing time you could have spent on business to come here for me is a priceless gift from you, Falco. I will not test your generosity any further. As Falco turns away from the table, you see a snarl of feral, twisted hatred. Feral hatred twist his already repulsive features. Okay. So what exactly were you talking about before I arrived? Oh, business. My dear Tora, whose mind never strays from the chilly peaks of the mountains of money she has made with me, was telling me of the latest gold trade news. Exciting times. We're not the only ones being tested for weak spots. Vladim's set on putting the ultra requisitioners out of business, and it looks like he's got Mercy's blessing to do it. The big beasts are picking off the small ones. I think things are only going to get more interesting from here on out.
That means it's time for us to step up and become the major players, right? Thor winks at Jay. I know a couple of Cheknars from the Ultra Requisitors. They're dry as you like. We could tell them to cool their heels with us, and they'd be more than willing at the other altars. We could take on Falco. Hell, we could blow Vladim out of the fucking airlock too.
Kor, my sweet, before you go chewing Vaseline with Cheknars, you need to clear the altar and hide the pulses. If Vladim's playing all the lines, he won't touch me. But I don't want to shift the risk onto you. There's chatter about the commission. The conversation quickly turns into an impenetrable mishmash of terms from the secret argot of cold traders. I see even your foes are starting to bow down before you. I suppose that's something worth celebrating. And what better way to celebrate than with a game? With stakes. Today is my Amarikar, and that's what I want. Jay draws a stack of carved plasteel tiles from her pocket. They're decorated with symbols and fine mag lines. Holding the tiles in one hand and raising her glass with another, Jay asks, "What do you think, Shireen? Does the rogue trader have anything he's willing to wager?" You recognize the tiles in Jay's hands. It is a set of Tan To Lo, a game popular amongst gamblers in the Coronis Expanse. Each player is dealt several tiles, which can be arranged into a pattern of a very specific value by carefully matching up the mag lines. Whoever creates the shape with the highest value wins. Voidsmen love playing Tan To Lo, which is usually won by luck or skill. Okay. I'll play. Why not? Oh, watch out for his lordship. He was awfully quick to agree just now. I have a sinking suspicion about how the rogue trader acquired all of his countless riches. But I'll warn you now, playing for money is considered wrong, and if it is gaming is tempting fate. So instead, we're going to play for wishes. A pile of tiles is placed in front of you and the other players. Alright, you got this. You've been dealt a poor hand. You cannot make a high-value arrangement from these tiles. Glancing at her tiles and grinning, Jay declares resolutely, "I'm going to show my hand. The Exalted One loves me today." And what if one doesn't show one's hand? What then? Then you have a chance to bow out of the game without losing, but you can only do that before someone announces they're going to show their hand. No luck. Chuckling, Jay tosses her tiles onto the table. Her hand is significantly better than yours or any of the others. As for my wish, I want everyone to drink to my good fortune. It has already granted me a gift fit for a queen. I am talking of you, Shireen. May fortune continue to smile upon me. Everyone at the table eagerly raises their glasses. You join in before you're even aware you've done so. A new stack of tiles already waiting for you on the table. You realize that moments have skipped past without you knowing. It seems the Amasek is somewhat stronger than you thought. Picture on the tiles spinning slightly, arranging them into good patterns and then offensive patterns. When you look up, you see that everyone else apart from Jay has already tossed their tiles onto the table with disappointment. It's just us two left, Shireen. I'm going to show my hand. Yeah. We'll take a chance. Nope, we lost. The sight of your hand sets everyone at the table into a flurry of excitement, but then the chatter turns to a roar of triumph as Jay's hand is the most valuable in the game. I win again. What should I wish of you, Shireen? Given our professional relationship, I would extract a promise of my assistance should you ever find yourself in trouble in the future. Oh, you promise to save me? What an exciting adventure that would turn out to be. It's almost worth getting into trouble for. I accept your stake. Oh, she most definitely is Ptolemy. But I figured we weren't going to go very more rounds with this, so I figured if I was going to have any chance, I'd probably play it. Though I did fail that check, and more than likely even that would have told me, oh yeah, you've got a good hand, but it wouldn't tell me that I had the best hand, which still would have probably lost.
Tiles are dispersed around the table, forming piles in front of each player. You suddenly feel your body grow heavy. Treacherous Amasek is slowly robbing you of your clarity of thought and dexterity. Look at the tiles. Your hand is not especially good or bad. It's the kind of hand played only by someone desperate who has nothing left to bet. Before anyone says they're showing their hand, I'll announce a condition, seeing as it is my America today. The only stake I'll play for is a dance. Yeah, why not? You reach for your goblet and accidentally catch a spare tile with your elbow, sweeping it into your free hand. Now you have an excellent set of tiles, but you could swear that Jay saw your little move. She saw it and said nothing. I'll play. Glancing at your hand, and Jay discards her own tiles face down. Mine are worse. It looks like you have won, Shireen, and I'll be delighted to grant you a wish. Light plays off of Jay's dark skin and glints off the silver augmetic upon her throat. Moving with the grace of a sand snake, she holds your gaze and smiles mischievously. Her dark curls fall across her face, and you see the saucy glint in her eyes through an alluring curtain of hair. This dance is known as the Dance of the Captive Ravenian Girl. When the governor of Ifrit Selim Khan, the Bright, crushed the Ravenian rebellion, the daughter of the rebel leader was brought to him, the beautiful Nyana. She danced for him, telling him of the struggle of her people, and then snatched a weapon from the guard's hand and aimed it at Selim Khan. But the spark of love that had kindled between them that day stopped the Faisalim from igniting in the cartridge, and both Fayana and Selim Khan lived through that day and many more days, which they spent together. That is enough betting for me. My luck seems to be very fickle today. Unlike Amasek, you can always trust Amasek. It always lies. Smiling sweetly, Jay presses your goblet into your hand. Her skin seems to glow from within, and the sparks of laughter in her eyes dance like flames. Well, then to Amasek's deceit. May the deceived not live to regret it. Fog swaddles your mind in appealing ideas of other ways you could amuse yourself at the party. Surrendering to the maelstrom of chaotic thoughts, you let the all-pervading merriment determine your fate. Honestly, not too bad. Just a little relaxation. Good little character moment. Oh, shit. What happened? Thoughts tumble violently inside your head, periodically ricocheting off the inside of your skull and triggering bursts of piercing pain. Your tongue feels desiccated and shriveled in your mouth, and it scrapes painfully against your teeth. Light. Light itself is your enemy. Self-awareness returns unbidden, bringing with it an inexplicable sense of awkwardness. Your beleaguered body violently protests against the very idea of getting out of your soft bed. Well, shit. I sure hope this hasn't completely fucked my ability to have a romance with Irolet. I did not realize that this was where we were going with this story. You hear a soft sigh beside you. Looking over, you see dark hair fanned out across the pillow. Jay, who is cozied up next to you fast asleep, is fully dressed just as you are. Or perhaps she's not the same at all. Okay, we are actually dressed. That's not just the limit of the models. Shireen, you certainly know how to have a good time. You struggle to piece together your fragmented memories of last night's carousing. For some reason, you can clearly recall the ingratiating looks of the warden as they tried to persuade you to stop, the cries of the beggars to whom you gave an obscene amount of alms, and the stamping of the servitor that you rode around the station to Jay's unconcealed glee. How did the night end? I don't remember all of it, I think. We shot at some people, over their heads. Someone didn't offer us the required amount of respect. Then you said that flying a shuttle was easy and that you would bet your warrant that you could get us to the ship. We also stripped the man and burnt his clothes because the sight of them offended the Exalted One. Ugh, I can still smell the singed fibers now. How did you end up in my chambers? Well, I helped you get back to your quarters and then I couldn't find the door to get out again, and you graciously gave up 35% of your bed for me. Yes, I think that was the number I haggled on. You and we did not fall into bed together just to sleep, did we? Lapsing into quiet laughter, Jay replies gently, No, Shireen, your conduct was entirely becoming of a rogue trader. I don't know how to interpret that, given how rogue traders usually act. We need to make ourselves presentable.
I'm sorry to say you're right, Jenny. No matter how soft the bed or how pleasant the company, there is a line we must not cross. And I am perilously close to doing exactly that by getting a couple bottles of delicious medicine for our aching heads.
So, I'm assuming we didn't. So my romance with Irelet is not ruined? I certainly hope. As long as it's not ruined, that was a pretty good scene. If it is ruined, I might just get Jake killed at some point. No guarantees. I wonder if, do we have to talk to her and make sure if there's anything else going on?
You are spoiling me.
Nope, nothing else. Okay. Okay, well, that was awkward. That was incredibly awkward. Okay, we did that, Can't do anything with that. Up. Come on. Now. Any contracts that we want to... no, we do not like that one. So hold on. That's weapons. 3 for 5. And then we get... So in the end, we'd essentially be paying 1 profit factor to get 2 adamantine if we finish these 2. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take that, and then we'll complete that. There we go. Net loss of 1 profit factor, but we gain some adamantine. So I'll take it. Plus, the more trade connections and stuff we finish, probably best. I don't think there's anything... That's Gavagama. They're building stuff there. We've been to all of these. Was there anything... No, I'm not seeing it. Alright, let's head back up. We need to start making our way to the next story. B, what the hell's happening? Lord Captain, emergency report. The augurs have detected several void ships slowly encircling us. Our requests for this pursuit to cease have been completely ignored, but an unmanned vessel has been dispatched to our direction, broadcasting only 2 words, GIF and Hidari. Exalted One, incinerate these void jackals. What does it mean? Jay's agitated voice comes across the Vox channel. Shireen, this whole thing stinks worse than a dead Grox, and is also eerily similar to how Kaspalican agents operate. With your permission, I'd like to see what kind of gift these tight-lipped ash mags have sent me. The Vox Master waits patiently for your instructions, flipping switches and occasionally emitting crackling static from her integrated Vox system. What type of ships are they? A frigate and 4 raiders, Lord Captain. No identifying marks. Pirate, most likely. Though the Augur Master reports that they are well coordinated, so more so than typical void rabble. Let me contact the Pursuer's flagship. Apologies, Lord Captain. Our attempted calls to the unknown Pursuer ships are being automatically relayed to the beacon on the plantless vessel. Order the Voidborn to bring the package aboard, and be careful. We'll be done, Lord Captain. A shuttle carrying a retrieval team and bomb disposal specialists are already en route. Several tense hours go by. All the while, Jay Hidari paces back and forth across the bridge, but at the first shriek of the sirens announcing the shuttle's return, she rushes down to the lower decks. Kor, no! Jay's outburst blares from the comm bead, momentarily deafening you and a third of the officers in the bridge listening to the Vox channel. No! Why would the Exalted One doom so kind-hearted a man to such a fate? What void beast has done this to you? The Voxcaster picks up the quiet sob, the whining screech of an augment on the bulkhead panels, the crunching of metal fingers, and Jay cuts the Vox connection. Lord Captain, the remaining Voidborn report that the package for Jay Hidari was the head of a young man. Vigdis types swiftly at the cogitator keys. According to our archives, he was a member of her trade network on Footfall. The deceased is one Trickster Kor, one of the Trickster twins who engaged in suspect commercial activity on the station's asteroid with Mistress Hidari. Static comes across the line. The siren blares again and the Voxmaster turns to you. We have finally been alerted to an incoming Vox transmission. My officers are standing by to connect you to the unidentified parties. Load the artillery and allow the enemy ships to draw closer, then connect me. We'll be done, Lord Captain. A minute later, the Vox line crackles with static, followed by a rough, drunken voice. I'll be. It's his lordship.
Rogue Trader von Dam Valencias. I humbly tug my forelock to you, my lord. We mean no offense. Our convoy is but a mark of respect for your holy self. You wouldn't have stopped to talk to us, would you? If we hadn't given your officers a good scare, eh? Where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. Toto the Vulture, at your most noble service.
Your gift. What do you mean by it?
Oh, that. Toto the Vulture laughs, and it sounds like the giggling of an innocent little boy. An innocent little boy with a frog in his throat. Just a little joke to raise a smile, your lordliness. And a warning for a slippery little rat. You see, a little bird told my boss that the rat I'm after is on your ship, and we're the best damn rat catchers this side of the mall, your trader ship. So, we're ready to take care of that problem right off your hands. All you have to do is put Jay Hidari in a pod, send her straight to the coordinates we give you. My boss has been after her a long while. He's generous to those who help him. You are no vulture, Toto. You are the worst kind of ashmag. The voice, just as rough as Toto the Vulture's, burst into the Vox channel. Tell me, you son of a grux and a void jackal, who sent you? And the critter runs right into the trap. The Vulture chuckles hoarsely. I'm afraid you know I can't reveal his name. Yeah, I'm, threaten my retinue, Toto. And you threaten me. Oh, so the answer's no then? Oh, that's probably for the best, your lordship. I make a bad negotiator, but I'm a mighty fine pirate. Falco says hello, Jay Hidari. Screw you. Alright, let's see if these new weapons can be of any use against these guys. Here we go.
I stand ready to serve you and the Imperium, Lord Captain.
What is that, a Viper class? Another Viper class? Oh right, we have an escort craft now. You're about to have a very bad day. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? How do we want to... What is the range on our... Yeah, those are pretty short ranged. If we do that, he'll be out of range of both of those. If we do that, he'll be in range of both of those. Hold the phone. Let me... Yes. Move here.
Engage the engines.
Fire off a
Keep up
torpedo.
the pressure.
Open fire with our new lance gun.
Fully.
Very nice. Open fire with the Sunhammer Lance battery. Oh, well, isn't that fun, dipshits? And then we're going to make a shallow jump through the warp, which brings us into perfect range. Why is that hitting his side? It should be hitting his front. Whatever. Well, actually, first we're going to pop this, use it on Master of Etherics. Then we're going to use Warp Wave. There we go, and now hopefully, even with the shield, we'll do enough damage. Damn. Just enough that he was able to stop us from hitting him. And that's it. Yep, sword class frigate. I don't suppose... No, it did nothing. Okay. Well, we're not going to let him get away. Oh, thank you, Kato. I tried my best. Oh, look! You're in the perfect spot. Say hello to my melta torpedoes. Emergency warp jump. Yeah, you ain't getting any of that, my dude. Why am I only moving... What? Why can I not move? What the hell? Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Why was it not showing my ability to move? New heading. Strafe. New heading. And it's gonna bring us around here. Or do we want to be here? We'll be here? Yes.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Swing us around. Open fire.
Batteries! Volley!
The enemy shield is down. Time to unleash a
Fire at will!
counterattack.
For the glory of the Imperium!
I don't think that'll actually put him in range for me to attack, but we can try. Oh, it did.
Salvo!
Open fire. And nothing else we can do. Good shots, good shots. And he's gonna get hit by the... Well, it wasn't too bad.
Void may be harsh, but we're harsher.
That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. Go ahead and repair that. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright. Very nice, very nice. And I assume that we will be seeing more agents from the Kesbalika at some point. Although they did just lose 3 ships, which is not actually a minor thing in the 40k universe if you're not the Imperial Navy. Losing a bunch of ships is usually not good. Dargonus has finished one of its projects. Lord Captain, there has been a tragedy on Dargonus. Governor Drivestem has been dedicating most of his time to restoring the Astropathic Choir lost to the warp storms. But the psychers he's assembled were struck by an unknown assault. They heard something, and it has cast them into madness. The Astropaths have lost sleep, clawed at their skin to the flesh, muttered gibberish, and several have gone completely berserk. They had to be eliminated, and now only a few of the most resilient Astropaths are upholding the connection to Dargonus, but we don't know how long they'll last. Where did the former Astropaths come from? Will we get more? I have received complaints that Governor Drivestem has devastated the minor Astropathic choirs of the Protectorate. He scaled them down by almost half through blatant abuse of the governor's authority. To take more people from these choirs would mean depriving ourselves of connections to our lesser worlds. We could try to hire sanctioned cyclists from other domains, but they will be as few as the road to the Imperium is perilous. We could try getting by with the resources that are already available to us. Seek out unsanctioned astropaths who train those psi-active citizens of the Protectorate displaying promise. It is a most regrettable violation of his laws, but it is due to our grave situation. What is the cause of this affliction? We do not know. The schemes of heretics from the cults of the Final Dawn, the treacherous magic of the Xenos, perhaps. But it is perhaps it was a planned diversion, or maybe it was a random echo of the Immaterium, that we were simply unlucky. What say my advisors? How shall we reinforce these choirs? The Astropaths are among the most finely trained specialists within the Imperium's Psychana, who beheld the light of the Emperor himself and gained a special bond with our master in the Astronomicon. I strongly advise the Rogue Trader to recruit only sanctioned psychers who are capable of keeping their talents in check. If there are not enough, then I could look into using the Inquisition's assets to acquire more. Your Lordship, Lady Theodora not only had enemies in the Expanse, but friends as well. Those whom she aided, rescued, and saved. I think these people can offer a helping hand. Among them are several powerful planetary rulers who possess both astropaths and a deep respect for the Von Valancius dynasty. There are a lot of psychers on my home planet of Lyra, Lord Captain. Do you know why? We are not despised, persecuted, or enslaved by the Black Ships. There we are sheltered from raids, educated, and respected. Of course, it's all done in secrecy from Imperial outsiders, but I can suggest which ruler to make contact with, and perhaps the Von Valancius family name will be enough to make a deal and obtain a more educated group of astropaths rather than some criminal rabble. Witch Collector. Gain 1 security, Disciple of the Damned. Psychic Ward. Give me the core. I will test. They're going to sleep to make point. We'll lean on the Inquisition for this one. I will find you your astropaths. The Von Valancius dynasty is too important for the Inquisition to turn a blind eye in this time of need. A wave of armed skirmishes and detonations swept across the expanse. The ships carrying these powerful captives have brought the new astropathic choir to Dargonus. Even the most influential could not resist the fearsome agents of the Inquisition, who had requisitioned the ruler's valuable servants to meet the needs of the Von Valancius Protectorate. The tragic pestilence of the astropaths has not appeared again, but all of them have reported hearing strange whispers ever since first arriving. Interesting. More efficiency, more mechanisms. Good. That causes us to lose 3 people, gain 3 provisions. Lose complacency, gain efficiency. That just gives us more people. But something tells me if I activate it, especially on a hive world, given the sheer amount of population, we're going to have problems very quickly. Okay, we can't do anything there. We got the Chapel of Enumeration. That finally gets us up to the 5 that we need. The next step, we're going to use some adamantine, some chemicals, and some promethium in order to get a whole bunch more of mobile extractiums, as well as getting us some additional profit factor back. Janice has some more supplies for us. Nothing else. Milestone, also nothing else. Good. All right. And then we want to make our way up towards here. Oh. The warp jump was successful, but the Voxmaster reported the following incident. Beautiful blossoming vines had covered the deck and bulkheads in loading bay 6. 2 workers had bent down to take a better look at the flowers, and the vines devoured their faces before strangling them. The bay was then sealed and purged. Ah, the Immaterium. But hey, we only lost 2 people out of that one. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, we already got that one. Not gonna read ones that I've read over and over again. Lord Captain, we have cross-referenced the key characteristics of the system with astronautical chart data. The planet Vabos 6 is located here. The problem is the augurs detect an unusual change in the atmosphere, seemingly a massive release of toxins. It appears that something unfortunate has happened to the planet's underground storage facilities. It is impossible to land safely on the planet just now, and unknown ships are cruising in the system. Damn, no need for any cog to analyze that. I can decipher the telemetry myself. Xenos. Armory and artillery crews are already on standby. Alright, quick save. Let's dive in and take care of these Drukhari. Ugh. Got about 30 minutes left in the stream. Gotta get over that 3-hour
Hold
mark.
fast. Our faith will be tested.
Okay, what have we got here? It occurs to me, why would I want to move closer right now when they have those stupid shields up? Yeah. Good chance when attacking from within a 2-cell range and a minus 75% hit chance when attacking from outside that range. You re-engage at the start of the ship's turn. So yeah, I have no reason to actually move forward and want to engage them right now. I would be, well, except, oh god. I keep forgetting that I have to because it's a bloody fucking space game and I have to move or else the fucking thing, I can't end the turn. Okay, so we're gonna move here. Then we're gonna drop that here. Then we're gonna drop off here.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Then we're going to
With
fire.
the force of a supernova.
Oh wow, his shield didn't do much of
Fire
anything
at
against
will.
that. Then we're going to warp jump. Open fire.
Micro cannons. Open fire.
Oh, would you look at that?
Confirmed. Praise the Omnissiah.
Don't know why Pascal is so loud when he does that, but I guess he's just being really enthusiastic. Yep, he's gonna move in close. Firing off all 3 of his weapons. Ow, ow, ow. God damn. Yeah, the torpedoes aren't gonna be able to... shit. I don't even know if there's... Nah, it's not going to be close enough. Son of a... if I do that with new heading... Yes. Go ahead and do that. Line up here. just out of range of that one, so hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. Swing us around. Okay, then we're going to open fire with this.
Batteries. Volley.
Good. Then we're going to use Arc Auger, which is going to give us just enough
With
range.
the force of a supernova.
The dark
Perfect.
void will erase their
All clear. Congratulations, Lord Captain.
Very nice. Okay. And yep, we've been to all the other worlds. Swift and merciless retribution is a proper fate for many transgressors, but the Imperium permits using the convicts for hard labor on distant prison worlds like Vabos 6. To atone for their crimes before humankind, hundreds of thousands of rogues and lowlives toil in the mines of the Von Valentius Protectorate until death from exhaustion or some other unfortunate accident claims their forsaken souls. Leave off Adira. Bring Irilette. It's been a while since we've had her. Good, and grab. Grab Killing Edge.
Keep your wits about you.
What have we got here?
Vabos 6 always was a penal world. But this, even the miscreants of this place do not deserve such a fate.
The man's body is frozen in an unnatural pose. The corpse's fingers are crooked and its teeth are bared in a ghastly grimace. The sign of Hecataria, a witch cult from the depths of Kamara. Tread carefully, Savani de Varenzi. Their footsteps make no sound and their blades strike faster than light. Oh, that was Irilette talking. I didn't even realize. The bodies have been twisted into a pose resembling a servile bow and then bound with barbed wire. Yep.
Always have a backup
Welcome to the
plan.
wonderful world of the Drakari. What is this? This man clawed at his throat right before he died. The broken, slashed, and gutted body is still covered with the shreds of a planetary warden uniform. The caustic ooze gives off a sickening vapor, and that eats away at the lining of your nose and mouth, causing your eyes to water. You can clearly see several thin cuts left by bladed weapons upon the
Rise
body.
to the top or get left in the dust.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Interesting. Yep, witch cult from the looks of it. As well as some random bodyguards, human pirate kind of things. A tall, lithe Xenos moves with the grace of an otherworldly predator. The creature gives you a dispassionate glance and casually speaks a few words that are immediately picked up by your elucidator. Macandis, Aelith, what is this? Has one of the sisters found an amusing trinket in the ruins and saved it as a special treat for the Archon? The Xenos takes a quick look over her shoulder towards the platform, where a few more silhouettes in tar black armor can be seen. Kneel, foul one, or I shall have you flogged. The Xenos' eyes light up with interest. The Bonkai understands my speech. Where did you come by a device that could translate our language? Are you trying to impress me by appearing useful? Such words will earn you a bout in the ring at most, without weapons, and soon without skin. The humans scattered around you on the platform stare as if they've seen a ghost. The eyes of some betray their fear, others glare with bestial hatred, and yet more look upon you with the last shred of hope. Who are you upon my world? My name is known to all on this planet, Monkai. I am Tazara the Deliverer, Tazara the Benevolent, the one who grants respite from the choking grasp of this world. I decide who lives, who dies, who finds new purpose for their existence in Komara's many arenas. Surely this is why you've come, to fight for my ever-changing favor, and for the privilege of being the first to be in chain.
Irilet chuckles haughtily. Such grandiose names for a soulless wretch who tortures the breathless and torments the powerless. Your words hint at a nobility you have never possessed. Cousin, what are you doing among this rabble? What an unexpected and tantalizing surprise. Tazara licks her lips hungrily. I cannot wait to take you in my arms and clasp you tightly to me. Do not waste your breath on lies. Only the faint vestige of blood connect the Asuyani and the Dark Ones such as yourself.
I presume the toxins in the atmosphere are your doing.
Oh, it could be. Or perhaps my mere presence is enough to make base creatures like yourselves forget how to breathe.
Tazara lets out a nasty chuckle.
Are you really surprised? You wove the net right under your own feet. We merely knocked the pin that drew it closed tight around you. A couple of volleys at the seals on the underground well, and poof, the planet, the one you turned inside out, did the rest.
I hereby declare you a Category 3 blasphemer for tampering with sacred production cycles of this world's extractiums. The drill on Pascal's mechadendrite springs to life with a howling screech.
And your brethren had finished what the planet had started. Oh, how they strived to please me and my entourage. How they slaughtered and tortured their own kin for mine and my sister's delight. How they decorated this little arena with their still living Monkai. You think all you see before you is the work of our hands? Think again.
You ravaged my planet. You killed millions of my citizens. You made those who survived bend the knee. You will pay for this.
Am I not paying for our mischief already? Am I not saving the worthiest among your kind, giving them the right to die for the delight of my brothers and sisters? What kind of abhorrent ingratitude is this?
From the dusk behind Tazara comes a cry. The distance between you and the Xenos is too great for the elucidator to interpret the words, but the tone alone speaks of irritation and impatience.
Tazara raises her blade and points it at you. Tell the other Monkai that whoever slits your throat will depart for their new home ahead of schedule, and tell them to hold nothing back. Tonight they dance for Riomerius herself, the great Archon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest.
I'd rather do this. I also don't need any more dogmatic points right now. Do you truly wish to die at the Xenos' behest? For their pleasure? For their sustenance? Rise. Join us now. End this carnage and kill them. Exhausted and defeated faces trade worried glances. The hulking brute next to you hesitates, then spits and breaks into a grin. Fuck it. We're gonna die anyway. Might as well do it not being heretics. Slay the beast! Kill the Eldar! Tazara emits a furious scream and takes a step back, signaling to her remaining companions.
Wipe your disgusting presence out of existence.
Oh, she disappeared. Oh, really? It still counts as an ambush? That's bullshit. Oh, but Cassia still gets to go first. Okay, so they're... Okay, hold on. They gunslinger, so that's... They're just using pistols and knives. Yeah, regular witch, gunslinger, gunslinger, witch, Hecatrix, squad leader. Okay. Oh, these guys are so fucking dead. These guys are going to come out of cover and just absolutely brutally murder most of these people. But I don't have anything that can draw them out of... Oh, that counts as... Wait a second. That counts as visible. Okay, alright, never mind. We might be able to do this then. If we run up here... Hold on. Point of curiosity. If I cast that here, I get 4 of them? Yes. Right there. Yes, yep. What the? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. Then we're going to give him the bonuses.
You insist, Lord Captain.
Give him more bonuses. Give him a turn.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Then we're going to
No, that costs 2, so that's not going to help me any. So what we're going to do is cast it on him. Then we're going to pop, run, and gun. Then we're going to fireball. Very nice. Wow, that was 3 of them. Wait, that was 3. I should be... Oh, that costs an AP. Right. Cassia, please get behind cover now. Thank you. And nothing else she can do. Yep, here comes the Hecatrix. Oh, they're just running right past all of them.
Deliver us.
Shit. Argenta is there. So, yes, we're gonna run over here.
The designated position.
If you'd be so kind. And I want you to throw that on
understand your
here.
intent.
Then we're going to pop perfect spot. Oh, really? I mean, you do have the option to go to Janus, Kiava Gamma, or Dargonis in any order, and I just chose to handle those other planets first. So, yeah, we're probably a little over-leveled right now, but I'm sure the game will catch up to that eventually. Even if not, we can always just increase the difficulty. We've already got an opening on this side. Do we need Death's Whisper? No. Additional 22 damage. What is her current... I'm gonna use precise attack. There we go. Okay, so she's got 95%. Still 95%. So we're gonna use this first. Open fire. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Good damage. Good damage. Now go ahead and shoot him again.
Death with my hands.
Oh. I'm bored of this farce, Tazara. Who rules this arena? You or them? Drakon Marazai, you know the dangers of repeating this misunderstanding. Oh, okay, this is going a little too fast for me to try to do a voice. I also don't know really how to do these voices. I mean, that's about standard for Owlcat games. That's kind of been my experience with them. I don't think Irilette needs to do anything else. Nope.
Out of my way. A work for a flesh crafter.
Is he gonna be able to hit that? I'm just gonna have him run all the way over here. Go ahead and throw that on them. Go ahead and make a precise attack. What is that? Piercing shot plus 8% armor penetration. Go ahead and mark it as prey. Go ahead and mark that, and then we'll open fire with a overcharged plasma shot. It's only... God damn it, Pascal. Well, try to fire on that then. And then he manages to hit with that. Good shot. Good shot, buddy.
Let's make it quick.
Abelard. If I move there and then do that.
Tried and
Good.
tested tactics are the best ones.
Perfect.
Grey hair, sure hand.
Oh, thank you for that, Ptolemy. And honestly, really, I mean, I could probably figure out on my own just because Owlcat is usually really obvious when you suddenly hit a combat encounter and you're just like, oh, this is a hell of a lot harder than everything that came before it, isn't it?
I will do my duty.
Smacker. Thank you. The surviving fighters turn their heads towards you one after the other, all eyes on the battlefield glued on you. Those of you who are willing to fight with me, head to the shuttle. As soon as we are away from here, I will give orders for the immediate evacuation of all remaining survivors, provided that they have not turned against us. Where's we go for Ptolemy just being here the whole time, trying to get me to pick heretical options. Sorry, my dude. I know what kind of character I'm playing right now. As hilarious as it would be. As hilarious as it would be. Get the hell out of here.
Let us not dawdle.
So yeah, not only did we get through that fight, we literally saved all of the humans that they had attempted to enslave. That worked out surprisingly well. Drakari equipment. Poisoned Hecatarii blade. Oh, right, I forgot you actually mentioned that in the last one. Yes, yes. Well, look at it this way. I'm providing these people with hope. Zine should be happy with that. It means he gets to fuck with them later. Hunter Carapace. Plus 10% armor if the wearer is in half cover. That's not bad for a medium armor set. What is the Hecatrix carrying? Blast pistol. See, I don't get... I kind of don't get why it does that. The blade counts as Xeno artifact cargo, but the weapon doesn't. I don't like that. The armor does too. That just seems... I don't know, that just seems weird. We don't need another thing of witch armor. We don't need another poison Hecatarii blade. We'll keep the blast pistol. Might be able to give that to Jay. This man died clutching his intestines as they split from his lacerated stomach.
Is there money to be made?
Did we already? Yes, we read that. Okay, okay. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. The body is missing parts of its extremities. It was hacked to pieces with dozens of strikes. Also, to be fair, I killed 4 of them with psychic abilities, and Drukhari don't naturally have an answer to psychers most of the time. Their only answer is to bring in either some of their mercenaries or to run the fuck away. And well, these dipshits decided not to run the fuck away. They're gone. Who's it? Oh, Argenta. They're gone. Throne is my witness. We will find these blasphemous wretches and make them pay for everything that happened here. Where do we go from here? Do we just go back to the shuttle? Also, there's a random dead body over here.
This is intriguing.
Aha! There was something over here. What have we got? Just some cargo. Okay. Really, that's it? We just... Did we just go back? I thought we were going to do something with the, Nope, that door, that whole thing is blocked. So I guess we go back to the shuttle? Weird. I kind of was expecting more. I mean, it's definitely good as long as I could apply the burning effect. And it is kind of making me want to up the difficulty slightly just so that not everything dies on the first turn. Also, yay, another colony. Wow, okay, their colony characteristics already start at a complacency of 8. Damn. Okay, here we go. Rainbow 6 needs new convicts. Various dangerous illiterates and idle thinkers could supplement the workforce. Enemy of Knowledge. Gain +5 damage against Psychers and Navigators. We get bonuses from the Drusians. We lose complacency. We get plasteel and chemicals. Punish the Outsiders. The cores can be filled with prisoners taken from foreign worlds. Efficiency goes down. We gain... All allies gain 10% critical damage. That's not bad. 1 chemical, 1 plasteel, 1 people. Purchasing foreign criminals is the potential solution to this problem. Plus 10% dodge against human enemies, plasteel, people, chemicals, and security. So hold on. We can either get 2 of each, lose complacency. We can get 1 of each, but with 3 people and lose efficiency. Or we can get a mixture with 1 people and lose security. Ugh. I don't like any of these. Complacency would be the easiest stat to reduce. It would also get us a nice chunk of change with the Drusians. I know Psyker Pyromancer is pretty strong, Ptolemy. I think... What is it? It's either melee Pyromancer or melee Sanctic that is actually the strongest from what I remember reading. Melee Pyromancer has a stupid interaction with a piece of equipment called the Eyes of Joyous, which doesn't affect all enemies, but does affect like chaos and demons, and pretty much gives the Pyromancer near infinite psi rating. And it's also used on Sanctic melee builds as well for a similar reason, but their stuff synergizes even more so with dealing damage to demons.
which means that it's even stronger in those situations. Both of those are also dogmatic. That's actually the thing. By not choosing to go dogmatic, I am reducing my damage somewhat, because otherwise I'd be able to go hard in on the dogmatic bonus that they do to fire damage and get even more base damage on my fire powers. And taken from foreign worlds. So this is implying, I'm assuming, purchasing foreign criminals is a potential solution to this problem. Punisher, Cutthroat, Enemy of Knowledge. And we don't really need plasteel. People and chemicals would be more useful. This one doesn't get me any of those. And the other problem is that I have a feeling a 5% damage bonus to Psychers is probably going to actually be quite useful at some point in this game. It's the easiest of the bunch. We'll go with Punishment of the Thinkers. And then we can get Underground Workers. Jesus Christ, that's horrifying. That could be interesting. Then we can get this, which gives us some anti-armor grenades, weapons, Fellowship of the Void, and Profit Factor. Holy Servitude, which is the Drusians. Ooh, a Melta Ring. That's actually kind of cool. We lose out on provisions and people, but gain raw Profit Factor. And some more of that. Oh, mobile extractiums. That's not the worst. Mining complexes are becoming overcrowded. The massive crystal flex domes whose filtration and altars for the water area will fit far more workers. Not bad. Virodome would actually be interesting. Complacency and security. Interesting. Huh? It's actually good. Oh boy, we can just literally invite Cornate worship onto our planet. That's a brilliant fucking move, guys. Brilliant fucking move. All allies gain +5 ballistic skill and +5% damage to their ranged attacks. Damn! That's really useful. Alright. Not even sure where I want to go with this world. I wasn't even aware it was going to be another colony at this point. So, the hell do we do now? Information from the pillage has already been sent. Response may take some time to arrive. It would be unwise to spend it waiting for the poison penal world. Okay, so I guess we're going to use some of our... We're going to stabilize the route leading back to our colonies. There we go.
Lord Captain, a disturbing report has come from the quarries of Vebo 6. The convicts have lost their mind. They forgot how to use tools. They huddle together and continue to stare aimlessly in space, even under the lashes of the whips. They're ruining our mining deadlines. Some are possessed with the urge to use their nails to scratch blasphemous symbols on the tools, the machines, and even their own bodies. The most mad have painted the walls of several mines from floor to ceiling with these symbols and have gone off the deep into the mining tunnels. None of them were found. The overseers considered a ploy to divert attention away from the escapees and the impending rebellion.
What exactly are these symbols being scratched?
It is hard to give the drawings any sort of intelligible definition. Unnaturally round circles connected by lines. The lines are interrupted by a series of dots.
Some patterns follow at least some kind of common logic, others are far more unique. I could provide pics for them. After examining the pics, you realize that the symbols are connected through a strange logical sequence. What does that even do? Oh, yeah. What do my advisors have to say? Spotting an intriguing pattern in the drawings of the symbols left by the prisoners. Hypothesis. They have practical purpose. Requesting access to the mines and right to investigate specimen for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Oh, disappearing prisoners? What is the point of running away from a penal servitude if the entire world is your prison cell? No, Shireen. These Ashmags have found some sort of smuggling tunnel network and are probably hiding there. And the drawings are their secret language, which they use to give orders to their fellow prisoners. I know some guys who can find such secret places and decipher these languages. If the convicts continue to despair for no reason, then unrest will soon follow, whether out of fear or hope of the possibility of escaping their fate. To stifle this, we must put pressure on the convicts' leaders. My experience suggests that such people hold more sway than any of the overseers. Expert photographer, peculiar trinket, watchdogs of Vivo 6. In this case, I'm actually, well, In this case, I am somewhat interested. Send in the servants of the Omnissiah. Tell them that they're allowed to research any convicts that demonstrate odd behavior. There is no sacrifice more worthy than one done in the name of the search of knowledge. The wise servants of the Omnissiah have interrogated the strange prisoners. Research on their brain tissue did not reveal any mutations. Those laborers who have completely lost their utility have been granted servitorization in order to maintain production levels. But it seems in the end, something was found after all. The drawing of the prisoners had been too systematic. They could not simply be gibberish. The sets of repeating elements of the dashes and the dots are far too similar. But if it is indeed a secret language, then judging by its complexity and the impossibility of decoding it, the language was not created by the convicts. Interesting. What do we want next? Exchange mechanisms for plasteel. Exchange chemicals for efficiency. And this just gives... I don't like the look of that. I also don't like the look of the fact that that's an 8-pointed star. Oh, this we do want. This gives us bonus with the Explorators. We lose 2 mechanisms and 2 phlogiston, which is a bit unfortunate for plasteel that we really don't need. But we get mobile extractiums, which are very, very good. Oh, that said, first, I want the Envirodomes. I want better conditions. Higher complacency, higher security. There we go. Go ahead and start on that. Don't want to use any of those. That requires those. That's not the worst idea. But we need to achieve a nearly 30,000 reputation with the Caspalica mission. Jesus. There we go. Ooh, here we go. What is this? So, in order to get this, we need Flawless Servitors or Vigil of the Tech Guard. Flawless Servitors or Vigil of the Tech Guard. Okay. That requires that. Gains the Wisdom of the Tech Guard, which is great, and gives security across the board to all of our planets. But I have to boost my reputation with them higher. Which I can do by doing this, because this will give me 7,500. Which will be more than enough. This will also, we'll lose 1 phlogiston, which we have, 1 chemical, which we are very much good on, and 1 promethium, which we are still okay on. Go ahead and execute that. Can't do anything here. Oh, wait. Oh, right. The repay, we can lose 3 plasteel, 1 promethium, increase profit factor by 1 and provisions by 5. Absolutely. Very nice, very nice. And Foulstone. Anything over here? Nope. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's all we got. I've got just a moment more. Let's go ahead and set down on Dargonis, I guess, because that's still waiting to be resolved. That's still waiting to be resolved. Yeah, I haven't... Oh, I need to talk to Cassio. We'll do that last. That sounds good. And that'll finish up the stream for the day. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man. Come on. Alright, Vigdis, do you have anything? Oh. Ptolemy, I need to speak with you. Not long ago, I took part in a celebration in Jason. Would your lordship care to learn the circumstances of your return to the ship? I can assure you that the landing deck was damaged only minimally. Mistress Hadari escorted you to your quarters, rather boldly touching the person of the rogue trader, and in response to the crew's attempts to help you, you endeavored to demonstrate your proficiency in several Ifrit swear words that according to you Mistress Hadari had taught you earlier. Regarding the incident that took place on Footfall, Leech Dokar has already let us know that the persons affected have no claims against you, and thanks your lordship for the honor of witnessing how the rogue trader and his charming paramour amused themselves. Have the Vox Spirits brought you anything? Nope, of course not. Well, I am actually getting ready to finish up once we get done talking to Cassia. But if you want to let him in, we'll find a...
Come. I admit I was seeking you out myself. After the events on Dargonus,
Give me a second.
it felt like an anthracite grey mantle had dropped on my shoulders. I spent a long time thinking about our very first meeting and what happened next. I cannot wait to shake off this dreary color.
But yes, Stylish Socket, once we're done with Cassia's dialogue here, I will be ending stream, but we'll be finding somebody to raid in the process as well. So if you still want them to come in, by all means, I ain't gonna say no, but just so you know, the stream is about to be over.
It was very naive of me to follow in the footsteps of the man who raised me in a gilded cage. And I was deaf to the needs of my own house. But you opened my eyes. As the future Novateur, I must gain wisdom to restore House Orselio to its former glory, no matter the cost. Thank you. It will be an honor to keep guiding your vessel through the Sea of Souls, for as long as the needs of our dynasties are aligned.
Well, thank you for that, Stylish Socket, and thank you very much for that.
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
I must mention, Cassia, you made no mention of the Starway Atlas when we met.
I would never reveal this secret to an outsider, but you have come to my aid more than once already. The Starway Atlas is a sacred artifact of House Orselio. It helps our navigators chart a course through the warp. This crystal, the Atlas, has been inside me for as long as I can remember, giving me strength. But the others... I noticed the renegades in the palace were choked by ashen ghosts of despair when we met face to face. I swear the ghosts were reaching for their atlases.
Leslie_Nelson is now aboard.
Welcome, Jennifer Stone 19 and Leslie Nelson. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Chica Star, thank you. I don't know why it is
Chica_Star 123 is now aboard.
I don't get why it's marking all the people who are coming in as stuff that it's monitoring. Okay.
Alexa Nelson_SP is now aboard.
Thank you, thank you. Neon Willow, Ava Lawrence, Alexa Nelson, Chica Star.
Eva Lawrence is now aboard.
And Mary Phillips. God. Oh wow, this is a lot of people.
Neon_Willow is now aboard.
Why it wants to mark everybody as suspicious on their first time chat? That is so weird. There must be something in the settings that I haven't gotten to.
Mara Phillips_Anna07 is now aboard.
Oh, thank you, Mary Phillips. And why is... Go away. Why is this on here? No. God damn it. Why is it blocking my ability to see things? I don't like it. No, don't do that. Activity feed. Reopen that. There we go. Okay, I think I got everybody. Oh god, it's still
Stop restricting people's abilities to chat. There we go. Okay, let me go down the list. Stylish Socket, Leslie Nielsen, ChicaStar123, Alexa Nelson SP, Eva Lorenz, Neon Willow, and Mary Phillips Anna 07. Thank you all of you, thank you for following. Yes, Stylish Socket, can you rewrite your Twitter handle in the chat real fast so that now that we're closer to the end of chat, I'll be able to check on it as soon as we're done here. That'd be great. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are just going to be finishing up Cassie's conversation here, and then we'll find somebody to raid.
Okay. So you're saying that the Atlas is some kind of crystal that is implanted in the navigators of House Orsilio from birth?
But my Atlas is much more powerful than the others. It's the Atlas of Tisiphone herself. That is what people have whispered behind my back my whole life, although no one knew for certain. But I always suspected. I simply did not wish to admit it to myself.
It certainly seemed as if many of the navigators in your house fear the existence of the Atlas and its powers.
Certain navigators in my house have tried to kill me more than once.
And that's a better way to put it, I guess.
Tales of Tisiphone's brutality. I am beginning to wonder. What if they are all true? What if I will be a new tormentor to those who serve me?
You said you wouldn't share your secret with just anyone. Or no, I don't want to ask that because I'm not pursuing her romance. Never mind. Thank you for telling me.
Thank you for listening. I have enjoyed your company.
Okay. Yep, we're past the 3-hour mark. We're back on board our ship. I'm going to go ahead and save, and we're going to find somebody to raid. Once again, thank you, Stylish Socket, and everybody from your community for showing up. This has been great. Thank you so much. What was I trying to say? Oh, my usual stream schedule is Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, if anybody wants to check that out. And I usually go live right at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We usually run for about 3 hours, although on Sundays, if I've got nothing going on, I'll try to run a bit longer. Right now, we're mainly doing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I'm very much enjoying the game, and I'm very much a long-form RPG content kind of person, so it will probably be this game for the foreseeable future, at least until Space Marine 2 comes out. I will be taking a break from Rogue Trader to play Space Marine 2 once that comes out in 2 weeks, right around there. So let me pull up Twitch. Where's that raid channel? Let's see who's on. Oh.
Jennifer Stone _19 is now aboard.
All right, Jennifer Stone 19. Thank you. Thank you for coming in as well. Let me see here. No. Selena Whitetail. She's a VTuber also doing Rogue Trader. I've raided her before, but that was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, let's go ahead in there and see if she's still playing. That sounds good. All right, yeah. We're going to be raiding Selena again. So I hope you all have a glorious rest of your Monday. I got to go ahead and get ready to go to work now. But I hope you all have a glorious Monday. I hope you all have a glorious rest of the week if I don't see you again. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a good one. See you guys.